Hello and welcome to Famicast 194, your Famicast for the latter part of March 2021. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined by my good friends, and also James Charlton.
Famicast to go, baby. Let's do it.
Right, and also joined by Ty Sugar.
What's good? Gonna play some Densha de Get Fucked.
Yo,
there's the podcast episode title already.
There it is. For the kids.
Thanks, Ty.
For the kids.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so lots of cool games to talk about here today. Of course, we're still in our year of the Famicast. So we have basically part 2 of that James is going to be heading up, talking about our early years with NWR. For James Allen, he's in the chat, chilling out, watching. Hey, James, what's up, bud? Good to have you aboard. And yeah, if you guys, are listening in the chat or whatever, feel free to sign off at any time, and we'll probably, if we miss it, sorry, but if not, we'll give you guys a shout out. So, I guess let's just go ahead and get this show on the road with some new business. And James, would you mind kicking things off? James might want to unmute your mic.
The newest of business, yeah. I guess I got auto-muted when we have that fancy video intro, right? Something like that. So, yeah, James Allen, thanks for the comment. Yeah, I got my haircut. That's my new business done.
All right,
new haircut,
moving on.
Okay, next one. No, I do have something quite new actually. Apex Legends got released between episodes, right? Yeah. And I did. I was actually playing it before the episode. So yeah, this was ported by the Wizards, as we call them, at what are they called? Oh Jesus Christ, Panic Button.
Panic Button.
I almost forgot them. Big fans of Panic Button. I don't know how many games they've done for Switch, but I think I played most of them. I played Wolfenstein, Doom 2016, and Doom Eternal.
Rocket League.
Rocket League, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I forget they did that one, and then now this one. And yeah, they've done bang-up jobs of all of them. I mean, I hear people on other podcasts, people who've been playing the PC version since it came out, and then, trying the Switch version, and it's like, my eyes, somebody's put Vaseline on my eyes. I mean, obviously, yes, compared to a GTX 850-6000 8K monitor, yes, this game is not going to look very good. But for me, coming off Doom Eternal on Switch, done by Panic Button, and now this, I mean, it looks great. It looks fine. It's colorful. It's got a good draw distance, and graphics look good. I mean, I don't see any problem with it. I mean, I haven't played the PC version, so I wouldn't know, right?
Right.
So I haven't heard complaints about that. If it has crossplay, which is on by default, which is good. That you might have a bit of not really like frame rate problems, but network, I guess, network related things. People might it might actually work to your advantage. You might actually if you have that turned on, you might actually be able to kill people and they can't kill you or something like that. Or you might what was it? I heard the you kind of get some stuttering when somebody's nearby, which is kind of like almost like a free radar, which you're not supposed to be able to know who people are. That's the whole point, is that, you're in this huge map, it's basically Fortnite, right? And the game is kind of telling you there's somebody nearby, watch out, so it's like, free thing. I didn't experience any of that, but, I haven't played it that much. I did the training, played a few online matches. Duos, they've got duos and trios, which are, it goes up to three-member teams. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I've kind of had my fill of battle royale games, to be honest. I played, the most like battle royale game I've played is probably Fortnite. Now I think about it. I mean, I think I played all of them that are on Switch. I played all the free-to-play ones on Switch. It's like, oh man, and they've all got Royale in the title, right? It's like, I don't know. I played all the Royale games, whatever they're called. There's
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese, right? That's what they call it. like a medieval based one. I forgot what it's called. There's one like based around like your wizards, and you can float and shoot magic at people and stuff. I played them all. And this one seems like a really good one. If I was into this kind of thing, I mean, I'm not really looking for a battle royale game that you need to buy a season pass, a battle pass or whatever, and buy skins and whatever, play every single day, otherwise you lose your streak, and that kind of stuff.
Jesus Christ, that skin in the screenshot.
Right.
For viewers at home, this guy has like a fucking emoji face. Yikes.
Oh, right. Didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's my character. No. So yeah, I mean, it's something that's good to play, for example, on our game night kind of thing. It's crossplay. Yeah. It's crossplay to play. It's a good one of these, why the hell not, right? It's you can do us. It's a high quality game made by professionals, as they say on that other podcast. But you guys, you haven't touched it, Danny. You haven't touched it, Ty. You haven't touched it on your.
I haven't. I saw that it's a pretty big download size, and yeah, I just haven't bothered. I've been playing a lot of other things.
I like the kill videos on YouTube that are dubbed over with Tom and Jerry screams.
Right.
So I think Apex is a good game, even though I've never played it.
One thing I do, why I heard about the game and before playing it, and then since playing it, is that the way the characters communicate is really good. Like, it's not, you can ping stuff, you can tell people like I found a weapon or I found this or something like that. But the characters,
like
the way they talk,
like a context sensitive talking,
and exactly, and the way the characters speak is natural. It's like, it doesn't sound canned, and they'll react to things that are in the environment naturally, and they've all got, you've got different characters and they all speak, in different ways and stuff. It's, I thought that was quite clever, because, in a lot of these games, it sounds very canned, the things that you hear. But this one, they've definitely, I can see this is why it's so popular, right? These kind of little things that they've added to it. So you can talk without actually having to use your voice. You know what I mean? Like the character does it all for you, kind of thing. Yeah. And it's all done very, very naturally. I think it's just literally like one button, and then you can do all sorts of things. Context, like Ty said, context sensitive stuff.
Yeah, that's really great. That's one of the things I complained about in Overwatch, is that the communication options in that game were incredibly weak. Like when I came off of TF2, like TF2 has like 30 different like voice commands built in, and Overwatch has like 3.
Okay. Oh, okay. Too few. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could see, if you're playing on PC, it's obviously, it's a lot easier to do that type of stuff, even with like keys. But I mean, when you're on a console, it's a little bit more difficult, but it's not impossible. So it's like, it is kind of surprising that so many developers don't get it right, or that it's just so limited with how the things go. I mean, I think about things like, Triforce Heroes on 3DS, which I remember there was like an open demo or beta or something for that before, and it was fine, but it's like, man, I mean, I don't think every game needs to have voice chat, because I'm personally not a huge fan of that, unless you're playing with like some really close friends. But yeah, if you have some kind of context sensitive thing, or just some kind of a smart way to implement that into a game, well, it's not impossible. I mean, people have been doing it for years and years, so just figure it out, just fix it.
Yeah. One game I played for a while, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Even on console, you could press like a button or click the stick, I forgot what, and like your character would just talk about whatever they were pointed at. And it was really good. Like, found some pills, found some guns. Oh shit, a tank, etc.
Okay.
You know what is good voice chat? Discord. And who's buying Discord? Microsoft. It's like the one company that actually has good network and good voice chat, and there's like and they're buying Discord. It's like the one company that probably doesn't even need to. It's like, meanwhile, Nintendo uses. So I wouldn't assume like it's going to be only on Xbox after they buy it, right? I'm assuming there'll still be another platform.
No, like Discord is huge now. Like the sheer numbers of people that use it.
But they wouldn't just lock it to Xbox after they
no,
buy
of
them
course
out, right?
not. That's insane.
Right.
It's become the ubiquitous new like instant messaging program.
Yeah, I mean,
like everybody uses it. People fucking use it for work.
Yeah.
So
I mean, think about this too, man. I mean, Microsoft. Think about Minecraft. That's a Microsoft property, and it's on everything. I mean, they'd be really stupid to lock it.
I guess it'll just be, every time you load up Discord, it's just going to advertise Xbox Network. Hey, Ty? See?
It might be a thing, yeah. One thing I would really like for it to do is have like one-touch streaming from Xbox. That would be really convenient.
Oh yeah, because
that's pretty much a guarantee, isn't it?
Yeah, there is streaming stuff that you can do with Discord. A friend of the show, Ricky, he showed me all about that. Like we were playing like some Jackbox or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I stream on Discord. I know James dropped by once and watched me for a little bit.
I was going to say, Danny, why not swing by someone on this podcast Discord?
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody.
Yeah, none of us have a popular Discord.
Yeah, Discord is simultaneously like easy to use and baffling to use for depending on your angle. It's like for a certain it is very much like a gamer platform. I think it's a little bit complex for like just the regular dude, the regular man, but it is a good platform. I mean, it took me like a good few years to even install it for the first time. People have been banging about it for years. When I finally tried it out, I'm like, oh yeah, it is quite good, isn't it?
It's just IRC with more features. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And run by a private company.
Well, not anymore.
No, even more so. I'm just glad they're like wresting it away from Tencent and whoever are the other stakeholders in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm all about it. Let's go.
Okay.
That's pretty much up from me, Danny. So over to somebody else.
Yep. I'll go ahead and go next. So some of you guys might have seen like on the channel and stuff, but I have been playing a couple of things. I'll save you. I'll talk a little bit about RBI Baseball at the end of this maybe, but I know that if you're out there and you're a baseball fan, you probably already watched my review, so already know my opinions, or if you read the review on the website, you know what I think about it. But I'll touch on that a little bit later. But what I really want to talk about is something that is Japanese as hell, that this is probably the most Japanese thing I've ever bought. And that is Densha de Go, Hashirō Yamanote-sen on the Switch.
But you didn't just buy the game, did you?
Well, okay. So, all right. Well, good point. Because, the Switch version, typically what these games had back in the day, they had like some kind of a special controller that you can get, like, basically mimicking what the real controls are, for the trains. And with this and the PlayStation 4 version of this same game that came out in December, they didn't do that. Like the PS4, I think, has a VR version in theirs, and the Switch version has, I believe, some kind of motion controls that I actually haven't done yet. Haven't really haven't felt the need, but I just bought something the other day, and it's actually kind of crazy because it's brand new. And this is an N64 Densha de Go controller.
Hell yeah.
Brand new, right?
Absolutely fucking cursed.
Yeah, literally brand new. And then the game, which comes in another huge box that also comes with the what do you call this thing? The VRS, the voice. What the fuck is this thing even called?
Recognition.
Thank you. Voice recognition system. The same thing that came with Hey You Pikachu and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to. Well, I'm looking forward to giving this a go at some point, and maybe having something up for this on like the channel under like the Famicast Retro label.
How many VRS games do you own, Danny?
Couple. At least I have Hey You Pikachu in this, so that might be about it.
Fun fact: never came out in Europe. Hey You Pikachu.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, only US and Japan.
It's not a good game. But yeah, I kind of want to talk about the Switch version because, obviously, it's relevant. I mean, it's new, just came out last week. I've been playing it. I think at this point, I have traveled about 130 kilometers along the Yamanote line and also some of the other surrounding lines. and like stuff like that. And also, actually, James Allen has a comment in the comments. Does VRS mean you can make your own train announcements? I think it's something like that. Because in the game, which I'll get to in a little bit, you do have to kind of like confirm some kind of train announcement things. So, when I do more of a deep dive into this, what's that?
But it sounds great coming out of that speaker.
Oh, I bet.
That microphone.
Buckle up, idiots.
Yeah. Well,
We're
so
taking a detour.
Yes. Well, I've been playing this, Densha de Go on the Switch. Been having a lot of fun with it. I've played right now for about 8.5 hours, 9 hours or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Game of the year.
Yes. Just in a couple of days, really. So it's a lot of fun. It's a very kind of relaxing game in a sense. I will say that when you first start playing, like if you watch some of the video footage that we have up on the channel, like holy shit, like the first time you play this game, there's going to be so many messages and so many things up on the screen that it's really easy to lose track of what in the hell is going on. Like I was telling the guys a little bit before we started the show, but like you're traveling around, going to your station. It shows you the speed limit for the area. You have to worry about trains coming your way because you want to turn your lights off, which can be performed with B. You have the other face buttons do other things too. Like you can, honk the train horn, you can turn on windshield wipers, and then use X that kind of like confirms different actions. Like, for example, you see like the speed limit change or something is coming. You have a guy like says something and you press X to basically be like, yes, okay, got it. And then so you should, actually slow down or speed up depending on how fast or slow you're going or whatever. But and then like controlling the speed of the train itself is just done with the left stick. You just press it up to go faster and you press it down to, brake. But like I said, when you're first playing this, it's kind of jarring because there's just so much stuff going on. And like I said, I was looking at like the speed limit signs and I was like, wow, we're getting really close to the platform where I'm supposed to stop. And it says it's a 60 kilometer an hour zone. So I guess I got to go 60 kilometers an hour right through the station and just blow right past where I'm supposed to stop. And I have learned. I've gotten a little bit better.
Danny, it's funny. I don't know if you know that the last episode of RFM, we got a nice little shout out for our 10-year anniversary from the guys. Yep. And James, was saying how, the Famicast.com is basically your home for baseball videos and fucking train simulators. And he kind of predicted that you were going to talk about this game on the episode. And here you are.
Here we are.
But I did watch your video, Danny, and you went through... or maybe you stopped at Suidobashi, which is one of the stops that I used to stop at before the before the pandemic. And it's amazing how accurate it is. Like they got the steps, everything in exactly the right place. The waiting, even the benches. It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
don't fuck with train nerds.
Right
in Japan, they're crazy.
And I'm really interested. Wrong, right? I'm really interested to take a look at that N64 version too, because, I'd imagine that they'll have some of the same stations and areas and stuff like that. Right. They'd be modeling it after what things looked like at the time in 1999.
In the 90s, yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see that because I wasn't in Japan in the late 90s. I came here in the 2007 or whatever. So that'll be interesting.
A lot of them will look exactly the same, but there'll be some ones like Tokyo, Shibuya, Harajuku, very, very different.
Oops.
So that'll be kind of a little historical piece.
Yeah. So I'm planning on doing a review if I can. Maybe early next week, I'll have something up on the YouTube and also on the website if you like reading. But yeah, man, I've been really enjoying this game. Once you kind of get down the controls, it really does get a lot easier. I mean, obviously, the main mode, I forgot what it's called, but basically you have a bunch of different missions to do. Typically, just missions. Obviously you're going from point A to point B, but sometimes there are other parameters and stuff too, make sure, like I said, you have to make sure you turn off your lights when trains are coming by. There's some people that are standing on the platforms or standing on bridges that are waving to you. You're supposed to honk at them. You're supposed to honk if there are people like construction workers or whatever on the tracks. Basically, you're just trying to be safe. Some kind of annoying things with that.
Old lady fall over by slamming on the brakes too hard.
She deserved to get. But one kind of an annoying thing that I found is that, well, there are some secret missions that not really that secret because like they branch off of the main missions and stuff. But like you go through those, they have very specific things that you have to do. Like I said, you get warnings when you're traveling down the tracks. Like this orange like line appears on the tracks, usually for like changing your speed or something. Let's say, for example. But these secret missions have different parameters. In this one, they sometimes if it's a speed related thing, they have another line that's blue. So even if the speed limit is like 60 kilometers an hour, this blue one says 50. So you should, to get like these extra bonus points or to clear this very specific mission parameter, you have to hit that. And I was going through a set of a mission that had like 5 different stations you had to go to. And there was there's this parameter. It's like you have to be going 50 kilometers an hour through like this very specific point on this, line. And it's only available on that first, on your first run. The other 4 stations or whatever don't have this. So you can basically play through this whole thing, ace everything else, but you missed it in like the first 10 seconds of that first, little run. And you're just fucked. It's just a waste of time. Yeah, so that was kind of annoying. And I guess the more annoying thing is you can't like quickly like restart. You have to either just quit out of it or just keep going until you just fail.
How are the loading times, Danny?
It's okay. I mean, it does take some time, especially like
they're loading up these huge environments, right? Like massive.
Pretty huge, but I mean, they are pretty low poly compared to, well, not low poly, but it's not great. But I think if they would have added more detail in, it would have definitely made the game run like absolute shit. So like there are some liberties here. I mean, texture is a little bit blurry. The characters that are like waiting on like the platform and stuff like that, they have this weird static fuzziness to them. It's kind of bizarre and hard to explain. If you see it in motion, you'd probably understand what I'm saying. But yeah, and then sometimes too, like the tracks in front of you, sometimes the textures are kind of like loading as you're going.
Wow.
So like sometimes I could notice that. And if you're watching the video version right now, there's a screenshot of like vegetation and stuff. And I mean, when you're going by pretty quickly, it's fine. But like when you're going by really slowly, it's like, wow, that's pretty low poly.
It's funny because the graphics have always been, pretty much ass in these games. They've never been very good. But the thing, I don't know if you've been in a car with like a modern like GPS, modern navigation system in Japan, but they actually do kind of look like this. Like they do have 3D modes, and they are, especially in the Tokyo area, maybe not for everywhere in Japan, but like you're driving in Japan and the GPS looks pretty much like this. It's they've got the 3D models down. Maybe this is slightly better. I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, just thinking about it too, I mean, they basically mapped out the whole area around the train tracks for Tokyo. Right. And, some in Chiba and some places in Saitama and stuff maybe, but like, it's pretty impressive. Like you'll see buildings that you'll actually see in real life. All the different tracks, like the different lines and stuff, you'll see those represented, in the game, which is pretty impressive. Yes. Yeah.
And they do have like kiddie versions of these games in arcades. So they get them started young in Japan. The train.
Yeah. We were talking a little bit earlier about the special controllers for this game and how it's not really available on modern day platforms and stuff like that. That is because Taito, owned by Square Enix, they actually do plug and play versions of the controllers where it's just the controller that has like a game built in, like N64, somewhere between N64 and Wii level of graphics or whatever. And it's like, I don't know, like 13,000 yen. It's like $130, $120 or something like that. So they're kind of expensive, but if you want the true experience, I mean, Taito's still giving you a way to do that. If you want to be able to play something on your console of choice, like I said, PS4 is also available on there, or Switch, you can do it there too. We thank you. I was just about to say this. So we do have a comment from Haitani. He said, I got the PS4 version of Densha de Go. It seems you cannot move the camera and look around while driving. It comes with a VR mode though. Indeed.
So VR mode, all you can do is just look exactly straight ahead. That's it.
Yes, that's
not much of a VR mode.
That's kind of disappointing. But yeah, I mean, aside from like, some disappointing things with the graphics, it's perfectly fine. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying my time with the game so far. If you're coming at it and you don't know a lot of Japanese, it's gonna be a little bit tough because there's a lot of stuff going on. So keep that in mind. And then I guess just to touch a little bit on RBI Baseball. I know you guys love it. I did a review and it's up on the channel and stuff like that. So if you're interested for some like really detailed thoughts about the series or the game, please be sure to have a look. It's an okay game. I mean, they try to put some commentary in there. It sounds kind of like N64 level stuff in terms of like consistency and whatever. Nice try, and it's there. It's okay. Gameplay is a little bit different with like the batting. There's different. In the previous game, you had to like hold the button to like swing the bat. This time, there's actually a couple of different swings assigned to different buttons. So that seems a little bit better. Pitching's fine. Fielding needs some work. But if you want to play MLB on the Switch, that's really all you got. So, like I said, check out my review if you guys want to know more about that. But all right, well, that is going to do it for me. Let's go ahead and move on to Ty.
Hell yeah. Well, guess what I got? I got the finest video game from the video game capital of the world, Uruguay.
Oh, really?
And it kicks ass.
Mm-hmm. For any English speakers listening, that was Uruguay.
Uruguay. Ty said it right. James,
what did you call me?
Right?
Anyway, someone in Uruguay has created this amazing beat 'em up game called Fight and Rage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's available now on Nintendo Switch and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And holy shit, it's super fun. It is very much like Streets of Rage, but it has some elements of other games. Oh yeah, that's it. It's very retro styled. Like by default, it has like a scanline filter and like a CRT kind of warping effect going on.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, you beat up 1 million of these fucking furries and
nice.
Jam out to like this metal music, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically the perfect game.
Yeah, for audio listeners, I think I put that in between, the start of the show and new business, so you would have heard a little bit of that if you're listening to the audio version.
Hell yeah. It's very much a hell yeah kind of game. I mean, you do these nice big chunky combos. It feels like Streets of Rage mostly, but there's playing through, like I just bought it on sale like on a whim, and I've done one full playthrough so far. It's a little long for beat 'em up actually.
I saw on like howlongittakes.com or whatever that it's like maybe 3 hours or so.
Yeah, it's pretty long for beat 'em up. I don't know if it's that long, but it's pretty long.
Okay, that was like maybe the average or something.
Yes, and there are multiple routes through the game. Like I was trying to look up that one level I wanted to show you, and I loaded up a playthrough, and they didn't even go to that level.
Wow.
Yeah, so there are lots of levels, more than you'll see in a single playthrough because there's branching paths.
Wow. Yeah, on the same, how long does it take or how long does it, whatever the heck, I keep forgetting, but they say main story takes this amount of time, main story plus extras, and then completionist. Like the main story plus extras and completionist were ridiculous. Like it said like 100 hours, 200 hours. I'm like, holy God.
Yeah, this is, I mean, if you've gone through like Streets of Rage and Double Dragon Neon already on your Switch, like this is the one that's gonna keep you busy in the meantime. And you should own all of those games. They're fucking amazing.
Yeah, I just saw this one. It's on the Japanese eShop too. It's like right around 2,000 yen. It does after. Okay, so Ty, I'm not trying to like steal your thunder here, but like, man, you pointed out in like a Twitter chat before the show that there are some levels in this game that are exactly like from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project on the NES. Like,
there's like the whole level. It's just a giant fucking reference to that game.
Yeah, and I love that game. So just like seeing that is like, holy crap, it was amazing. And I think even the screen that I have here, that might be part of that surfing thing, or it could be something different, but it looks a lot like that.
Yeah. Oh, and you can see the filter effect they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's so good. There's like a lot of Street Fighter reference enemies as well. Like you have these fucking cat men who like are dressed exactly like M. Bison, and they do his fucking slide attack at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. And there's a lot of advanced stuff you can do in the game. Okay, so among other things, this game has parries.
Okay.
As seen in Evo Moment 37.
Okay.
You can do that shit. It has third strike parries in this game. And if you don't know what that means, I'm taking away your esports license.
Okay, wow. I never had one to begin with.
Okay. Anyway, it's fucking good. The combos are really good. You can like chain into a throw, and then you, depending on what direction you hold, you'll throw forward or back. It has runs. It has like dash, like up and down, which is cool. Like I played through with the girl whose name is Gal, and like she can dash like up and down. She just does kind of like a ninja flip to like the top or the bottom, which is really nice. And there's a lot of fancy combos and stuff you can do. So in that sense, it feels a lot like Streets of Rage. Yeah, and I fucking love this game. One of the best impulse purchases I've made. Yeah.
If I didn't just buy literally like 5 games today, I really thought about picking this up.
Like, yeah, I know. I figured you might.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Just wishlist it. Wait for a sale. Like it was just on sale on Xbox. It might still be on sale on Xbox. So
yeah, I saw
maybe
that
it'll go on sale on Switch.
Like I guess in the West, this came out on the Switch in 2019, and it just came out in Japan in September 2020. So it's still like new. It's freaking March, but it's newer here in Japan. But yeah, man, I bet they'd probably put it on a sale because it does look a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, and the soundtrack is pretty good. It fucking rocks. What else? Characters are great. There's some huge characters. There's some very all right, look at the screen here. Like the 3 playable characters, that huge bull guy is playable. The ninja girl with the huge boobs is playable. And that ninja guy named Norris is playable. And there might be a bunch of secret characters. Not sure yet. I know there's a ton of like unlocks in general. Like I know there's a whole bunch of different colors and stuff for characters you can unlock.
Yeah.
Is this 3-player online or local only, or?
I don't know. Like I've only just played through it once, and I was really impressed. I don't know if it has online play. I'll have to see. I think it's mostly the work of like one dude or a very small team. So it might not have online play at all. I don't know.
Just a quick shout out to if you are listening to the audio version of the show later on, I do have a thumbnail actually with this image that is on the video version right now. It's shrunken down to obviously fit into the format of the audio show or whatever, but yeah, you can actually see what we're talking about if you check out your device right now.
Yeah. So I would say just wishlist this game because it's a really good impulse purchase. But if you've already played and enjoyed Game of the Year Streets of Rage 4 or Game of the Year like 10 years ago Double Dragon Neon,
Right.
Yeah, which just came out in December on Switch.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So play those and then play this, and they're all like just chef kiss, like so good. Mwah.
How much was this one, the Fight and Rage?
In Japan, it's about 2,000 yen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got it for 10 on Xbox or 5 even. I don't remember. I can check my receipt. I just saw it for cheap. I was like, "Ooh, a beat 'em up!" And there's a ninja girl with huge boobs. I'm sold. But you know, like even if you just look at like the screenshots of it, you can tell it's like a huge love letter to like all the games we loved in the 90s.
Sure.
Yep. The games that made you.
Yeah. Like I could tell like, oh, this is Streets of Rage with Street Fighter and Ninja Turtles thrown in. And that's exactly what it is. Let's fucking go.
James Allen brings it up. There's a lot of talk and excitement over the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge upcoming release. It looks great. Hope it comes to Switch. Isn't it confirmed to be coming to Switch?
I mean, they'd be insane not to. It doesn't look like a game that demands a lot of hardware.
Only runs in 8K, sorry.
Yeah, and .mu is putting it out. And they're the guys that put out Streets of Rage 4.
Okay.
I think it's in conjunction with a different developer. I'm not sure exactly who's working on what, but I think it's like at least half the same people that worked on Streets of Rage 4, which means you should pre-order it immediately.
Yeah, and it does look freaking amazing. And Metal Mike wishlisted.
Hell yeah. Metal Mike is the kind of guy that would love this game. I know because his name is Metal Mike.
Yeah, but yeah, that Turtles game is something I'm very interested in too, obviously. And this, I'm gonna have to wishlist this when I'm not talking.
Yeah. It's a pro strat wish listing stuff.
Yeah, I know. Like that was my whole scheme. Like I know Danny's favorite NES game is probably Ninja Turtles 3. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, look at this game.
Yeah. It's you got me.
Got him. GG. Yeah, I'm gonna play it more, and I'm probably gonna talk about it more next week, like once I really uncover the subtleties. But like even in one playthrough, like the second I noticed you could do parries, like I was parrying shit. Like we're third strike now. Let's go, Justin.
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of a difference with Turtles 3 because there's really no combo system really per se. It's just like you're going through just beating up fools. You could do like some like grabs and stuff, but for the most part, there's no combos or anything like that.
I don't think there were any grab. Well, there was like the thing where you could flip them over your head.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was like a command attack, more like.
It was like up and B or whatever, and your weapon.
Yeah, Fight and Rage has like a chain into throw, and it also has like regular walk up throws.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried the other characters yet. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if like the huge Minotaur guy has some like special throw stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. A lot of enemies have throws, and like I noticed, like if you like react within like 10 frames and hit jump, you can like tech out of the throw.
Mm-hmm.
It's really amazing.
Cool. Sorry, I was trying to do some stuff about all this.
That's fine. I'm nerding out about this game.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Buy it. Oh, actually, we already have some confirmations on wish listing from inside and outside of the podcast. So that's amazing.
Cool.
All right. And I've been playing one other game. I think I mentioned it last time. Civilization VI.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. I think I'm starting to get good at the game, as opposed to like last time I was still getting owned.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Like now, like I beat it somewhat handily on like the default difficulty. I'm gonna move up to the upper difficulty or go for some like trick shot achievements. Man, there are some dumb achievements in this game. It's great. They're almost all jokes, like clear nuclear containment with a Roman legion, airlift a slinger, bring Leonardo to New York when you have sewers set up, etc., etc. So that's pretty good. So I'll let you know how that goes. I'll tell you if I try it on deity difficulty and how it goes. I imagine it's going to be really rough. But man, there were moments too, like when I play this game, and then like my opponent has some fucking unit that I couldn't fathom them having, and I'm just like, oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck. My 10-hour game has gone down the toilet. God. Right? It's stressful. It's pretty stressful for a turn-based game sometimes.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like you're in Roman times, but then he comes down the hill with like a fucking mech or something like
that? Yeah, like a fucking killbot. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I mean, like that's okay because like I'm mining uranium in like 1500 AD.
One does.
But I haven't like fucking researched writing. So that yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can go in this game, or like they fucking launched like 50 fucking missionaries to try to convert me to Mormonism or whatever.
God bless
Not
you,
like fuck. Like there's all these sneaky underhanded ways you can try to get a win, and if you don't cover your bases, you can get fucked just like really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. That's fun. Funny stuff happens every time.
By the way, I did go ahead and put Fight and Rage on my wish list too.
Nice.
So, yep.
Good shit. I know you're gonna buy it. The only question is, are you gonna wait for a sale?
It's just a matter of how much am I going to drink after the show, and how much am I going to be farting around on my phone and buying more stuff.
Yeah,
right. That's the cool thing, isn't it? You can order it anytime on the app, and then it'll just start downloading on your Switch, right?
Yeah.
And then you wake up the next day, you didn't remember you bought.
Yeah. What? Okay. This is just a bit of a nitpick, but like on the Japanese, like on the web, or even like through the app, which is just a portal to the web, it actually shows the prices, but on Nintendo of America, it never shows the price. Like maybe it's because I'm not logged in or something. I don't know, but that, even if that's true, that's insane. Like, anyway. Okay.
Yikes. So yeah, that'll wrap it up for my new business.
Okay.
I impulse bought some some Danmaku games. I haven't played them yet. So
okay.
I played one. It was weird.
Well, look forward to that.
Yeah, you should look forward to it. I cower in fear.
that seems to be more accurate.
Right. All right. Yeah, so that's it for me.
Cool. All right. Well, like Ty said, that's going to do it for Ty's new business and also new business for the show. So let's go ahead and move on to some now playing at thefamicast.com. If I could find a button. Yes, I can. Now playing at thefamicast.com. We got lots of stuff going up on the website, got lots of stuff going up on the YouTube. So be sure to check it out. And James, do you want to kick us off here with what people can expect?
I wonder how many people who listen to the show have never been to the website even once. It's probably quite a lot.
Yeah, anyway. I was going to say, like, if you are out there and you've never been to the website, or if you've never been to if you're watching us live right now, obviously you're on the YouTube, so that's one thing. But we got a lot of stuff, and you guys should check it out. I think you'll like it.
So yeah. So Sound Test, the Patreon exclusive episode for the month of March 2021. The second to last Patreon thing in season 4, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think next month, April, is the last month of season 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that's coming up. Hopefully the end of this week. Last week of March. It's a heavy edit. I had a playlist. I had about 55 songs. And then I put them in. I just kind of like put them in VLC just to see how long that would have taken, and it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to be a little bit more selective. So I had to trim down. So it is. I got to say, the best of the best, because I had a pretty good playlist, and I've had to trim it down to only the best tracks. So it's going to be a good episode. So please look forward to that. In case you didn't know, Sound Test is a music based podcast that we do for our patrons. For anyone in the $3 or above tier, our 64th episode, which is why all the music is from Nintendo 64. The other thing I kind of hinted at maybe doing this last episode, because we're talking about 3DS, and it turned out like the StreetPass Plaza was my most used app / game on the 3DS. Is like 100 hours or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time getting those puzzle pieces and like playing those StreetPass games. And yeah, I loved all that StreetPass stuff. So yeah, I have every single StreetPass puzzle. So I threatened you guys with making a video about it, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And in that research for doing that, I realized that I didn't have all of them because there were about maybe 10 that were not in Japan. They're actually European and American exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So I then hunted down those ones and borrowed those ones from various other YouTube channels with their permission, of course. And I've compiled the ultimate StreetPass video. Like, this is literally every single puzzle in the world. There's not going to be any more, so this is literally everything. And
wow.
Yeah, I think it was like 60 something. It was
63 or maybe 64.
Yeah,
that would be perfect.
Yeah. I thought it was 64, but I'm like, wait, is that our Patreon episodes or is that the puzzle number? Anyway, it's incredible. And weirdly, things like Yokai Watch got one that Japan didn't get the Yokai Watch one. I was like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't we get the Yokai Watch one?
Like during the height of Yokai Watch's popularity, and it didn't get one. That's insane.
Yeah. But there's some really, really kind of interesting ones that I didn't even know existed. And yeah, the some European ones that I didn't know existed. So it's super interesting. If you ever, were interested in that StreetPass stuff, I'd give it a watch. And I added music to like every single puzzle as well. So you kind of like, it's a nice little musical trip as well.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's such a good video. You guys should check it out. When I first watched it, I didn't realize that you did put music into that. I thought it was just the music for each individual thing, but like, holy God, that must have been a bit of an edit.
Yeah. It's like 60 music tracks.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah. On top of sound podcast as well. Anyway, Annie, tell me about baseball and trains, I guess.
Yeah, so lots of stuff recently on the channel for RBI Baseball. Lots of gameplay videos up. There's, like I said, my reviews up as well. I have a comparison video up too, so you can see how it stacks up visually to last year's version. So check that out if you're interested. Oh yes, I totally forgot. But there was something that I got here recently from good old Limited Run Games, and that is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer Classic Edition. I put up a video about like basically what's all in this set. You've probably seen it maybe from like PR pics and stuff like that, but I'll go in with like some full HD, not 4K, sorry. So you can like check out all the stuff that comes in this box. It's really cool. And I have the Doom 64 one coming, same type of thing, Classic Edition. So whenever that comes in, whenever that's done, probably in another 4 or 5 months, look forward to that. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yep, tons of stuff going up on the site always, and all that stuff going up on YouTube. So be sure to check it out so you guys won't miss a beat and hopefully be entertained. So all this and more.
The Famicast. I was trying to think of other dots. I think we've used all of them by now.
All of them, yes.
.sex. I don't think we've used that one.
Is that rated M for mature?
.cx.
There it is.
We Christmas Island now.
There it is. All right. Well, it's that time of the show, James. That's right, everybody.
JAPANews.
It's time for the JAPANews, the time of the show where we talk about all the latest and greatest comings and goings of Nintendo in Japan. All of these things or none of these things all at the same time. And we have just a few little news bits here because we want to save a lot of time for our special feature of the episode. So let's just go ahead and jump right in.
Danny, we have 2 special features, plural.
Well, one of us kind of like become a normal thing now, huh?
Yeah. Oh Christ.
Yeah, well, no pressure, Ty. James, what do we got up first?
Okay. Game trials. Yeah, that's me. I like game trials.
Right.
Free games for a week. So yeah, this time, when's it going to start? March 29th until April 4th. Okay, so not quite yet. Next week, we're getting Unrailed. This is a co-op train track simulator. Are you kidding me, Danny? With voxel graphics.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's not good, actually. As with most of the other game trials, Unrailed will also be on sale on the Japanese eShop, 50% off. Thank you very much. It'll be down to 1,175 yen, which is, I guess, like 10, 11 bucks or something like that.
Yeah.
But it'll be on sale even after the game trials have finished. So, yeah, until April 11th. So, yeah, actually, oh, no, it's not this one, right? Okay. I remember back when the garbage bag of goodness was a thing. I remember there was like a little train track simulator that came up in that one that looked really cute. But yeah, this is different. Oh, voxels. Yeah. It looks like The Tourist, but train simulator version.
Yeah. And I'd never even heard of this game before this. But I guess
yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Nindies channel, that the Japanese version of it, they seem like they had highlighted this game at some point before, so like they're usually pretty good about trying to highlight a lot of foreign made stuff, stuff outside of Japan. So I guess this kind of got its day in the sun, and now it's getting a free demo and on sale and stuff. So yeah, cool. And yeah, James had set up a video a couple of years ago about how to be able to access this stuff. So definitely check that out if you guys want to play this for free.
Yep. Check it out.
Cool. All right. Next up, Ty, I believe you're on deck.
Oh boy, here we go.
Love it.
So Evo got bought. This was the thing for sale, apparently.
Yes.
After the shameful defenestration of the now revealed to be awful boss. Anyway, Sony bought it. Mm-hmm. Yes, the most popular fighting game tournament, the biggest tournament for anything in the world.
Yeah.
In terms of entrance. True story. Look it up. It's in Guinness. Anyway, so Evo, Evolution Championship Series, has been purchased by Sony and RTS, which is it's like a production company that runs like a whole bunch of stuff that you may know from, I don't know, television.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the list off the top of my head, but like,
what's that?
I don't know.
What's television, Ty?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's what they had before YouTube.
Right.
So anyway, there's still no live event scheduled for this year, but they are doing an online tournament like they were planning to do last year, and it got canceled at the last minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Man, I was on the Discord for that and everything. What a shit show. Anyway, so they're gonna do online tournaments. They've nailed down 4 tournaments so far, which are Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat 11, and Guilty Gear Strive. That may not be a complete list. They may be adding more.
Yeah, that was just what I pulled from, I think, the Eurogamer article where I got the info. Yeah.
Hi, do you think this is going to have any influence on what gets, shown Evo? Like with things like, Killer Instinct, like 100% Microsoft kind of game. It's like, nah, no thanks.
They said it's open to all platforms. However, companies like Nintendo care a lot about like broadcast rights and stuff. They might not be down to have Smash at Evo, so it may affect it in that sense. And also, Sony is a huge for-profit corporation, and the second they have to make a choice between, making $1 and doing something cool, they're gonna go for that $1.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's my editorial segment here.
Oh, and also they don't even allow crossplay in their games anyway. They're not gonna have crossplay at a fucking event.
Yeah, like I think this is gonna be a huge fucking disaster, and I can't say when or how, but I believe it will be based on every major fighting game tournament that's been run by a private corporation. Jesus Christ. Maybe I'll post a huge history lesson on Twitter.
You watch it, Ty. In a couple of years, there were guys lined up on the wall with like these Sony security guards, and it's like they've got these Microsoft controllers in their pockets, and they're just like shaking them down. It's like, get that shit out of here! It's like, you're not coming in.
Jesus Christ, yeah. And also Sony is shutting down the store for PS3 and Vita.
Right, and PSP.
Yeah, so those are all banned from Evo.
The PSP has a store?
Wait, does it? No, maybe. Well, PSP Go. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like your new paperweight.
Right.
Except thank pirates. They're gonna support those systems in the future.
Yeah. I mean, geez, the Vita's already been hacked to hell and stuff. I mean, Sony doesn't want to do anything with it.
PS3 and PSP. I mean, that's what they're fucking for.
Right now, these days, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So wait and see if they add more online tournaments besides those 4 games, and we'll see what happens. I am going to be doom and gloom about it. So I would love to be proven wrong, but I mean, I think things are going to suck. If not this year, then maybe in the future.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for a new community-run tournament, I would recommend Combo Breaker or CEO. Those may be carrying the torch in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, they're already very major tournaments, so keep an eye out for them.
There are some little comments here, actually directed at you, Ty. So, Dress Greeno, does that mean Ty will have to buy a PS4, PS5? You have a PS4, don't you?
I do have a PS4. I bought it for like $100 off of one of my Gaijin friends.
Nice.
I played Grand Blue Versus on it and not much else.
Like at one point wasn't like, what was it, Street Fighter 5 or some fighting game was only available on PS4 and
Street Fighter 5 came out on PS4 and PC, and like I built my PC to spec for Street Fighter 5, played it for a week, decided it was shit. But my PC still runs other games pretty well, so it's all good.
Sure. Cool. All right. Well, let's move on to the last bit of news, and this is something that it's pretty big, I'd say. And so we have a new Pikmin game that's coming out.
Wow.
So that's pretty neat.
Oh,
that's nice.
Damn it, my picture isn't okay. Anyways, yeah, so a new Pikmin game is coming via Niantic, the team behind Ingress, Pokemon Go, and Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, all that type of stuff. They're currently working with Nintendo to bring AR-based Pikmin to mobile platforms later in 2021. Niantic's actually going to be the publisher on this. And this is actually the first game from their Tokyo branch. I mean, they're based in, I think, San Francisco, probably. But yeah, this is the first time their Tokyo branch is actually doing something. Some quotes from the CEO. He said, "As we continue to expand our games portfolio, it was a natural next step to team up with Nintendo. We're looking forward to shaping the future of AR together, bringing Nintendo's beloved video game characters to life for mobile game players around the world. Then also Niantic's AR technology has made it possible for us to experience the world as if Pikmin are secretly living all around us," said Shigeru Miyamoto, representative director, blah, blah, blah. Based on the theme of making walking fun, our mission is to provide people a new experience that's different from traditional games. We hope that the Pikmin and this app will become a partner in your life. So
there he is, going off again. He wants his Pikmin to stay, interesting and popular. Just give it up, man. It's always going to be a D tier game and a Nintendo canon, isn't it?
But
it's a good game, James.
Pikmin Walk. It's going to be called Pikmin Walk. Wasn't that the Dragon Quest game?
Yes.
It's called Dragon Quest Walk, right? He wants people to get moving. He wants people.
Oh, it's a mobile game. Never mind.
Yeah. So there is one take on this that I saw that I didn't really think about, because I mean, obviously you hear this and you think like, oh my god, freaking mobile! Like people want a new Pikmin game, not like it's cool that Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch. That's cool. But like, think about it this way. Okay, Push Dustin, formerly on the show, friend of the show, he had kind of an interesting take. He's like, okay, it's not necessarily a bad thing. This means that Nintendo is actually kind of paying attention to that franchise. So like this could kind of open up the door to introducing more people to Pikmin, and then actually, being able to have another Pikmin. Nintendo's kind of had this strategy with a lot of their mobile games. Sans a few. I mean, the idea, like what Nintendo said when they first started doing mobile, they want mobile to be kind of like a stepping stone to get to like a more hardcore game. So I mean, obviously Nintendo's always working on a lot of things, and Pikmin's not always like a super high priority, but this could be kind of a way to gauge that. And, Pikmin 3 Deluxe coming on the Switch, that was another way to gauge it. It's like the highest selling Pikmin to date. Wouldn't be that hard, especially after comparing it to like the Wii U and, GameCube, not actually ideal platforms to, make tons and tons, sell tons and tons of copies of stuff. So
I like how 2 Pikmin games have been announced after Miyamoto says, Pikmin 4 is pretty much finished. And neither of the 2 are Pikmin 4. It's like that shitty 3DS game, and then now this smartphone app.
Hey, Pikmin, that's it, man. We have Pikmin 4. I don't know what people are complaining about. I'm waiting for Pikmin 5.
God. Anyway, Danny, we did actually have another piece of news. I don't know why you skipped over this.
Oh, no, I saw that.
Old?
Not too old. No. Go ahead.
Oh, really? It's worth at least mentioning, isn't it?
Sure.
Because now we have some more solid facts anyway. The Switch Pro. It's not called the Switch Pro, but Bloomberg did had an article about this. So the new SKU will boast NVIDIA's deep learning super sampling rendering technology. So it can achieve 4K visuals when docked to play it on the TV, which to me seems like it's not really 4K, but it's kind of like 1080, but just kind of super sampled or whatever they call it,
right?
To make it look better.
The way this tech works, and I guess the way that's how this originally worked, the developers would have to work with NVIDIA to kind of implement this into their games. What they're saying with this new version is that that's not necessarily the case. Like the AI, this DLSS technology, like the AI would upscale this stuff without the developers actually having to put in the work. Right. I think this seems like something more Nintendo-like, as opposed to making, bleeding edge technology type of stuff, 4K, going, toe-to-toe with Microsoft or Sony. That's just insane. They've tried that.
You can actually, Danny, you can actually buy little dongles. I don't know if you've seen these, like, it's like make your Switch 4K or whatever. This is these tiny little things. So that's all it's going to be. It's just going to be a little chip that just, makes the games into 4K, or it looks better on your 4K TV.
Yeah, but I mean, I think this will be, 4K. I'd say, this is just my opinion, I think it would be different, probably because it's something integrated into the dock. And, it's Nintendo actually working with NVIDIA to do this, as opposed to something like one of these little things that you plug into your TV. I mean, how much do they cost? Like, probably like under $50.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? It maybe be kind of like, okay, cool, it's in 4K, kind of 4K, like that type of a thing.
Well, I think it's more like it looks less shit on a 4K TV. I don't think it's like you can call it 4K, but like I was saying in a few episodes ago about my friend using like red, white, and yellow cables on his beautiful Sony Bravia.
Yikes. Yeah.
Because he didn't know
Check
about
out this
HDMI.
Blu-ray, man.
Yeah. Check out this Blu-ray. It looks worse than my VHS from 10 years ago. It's going to be like that, like Switch. I mean, I have a 4K TV and I plug my Switch into it. It looks nice, but it's, you can tell it's not running, native 4K. Right. The other interesting thing is the price actually increase with this one, like quite a lot. They're kind of going between $349 and $399. So this could be upwards of $400. They're saying like, they might go for 400, This is the kind of like, I don't know how that would drive strong demand. I don't know how that works. how pricing it at $400.
Yeah, that seems a little insane to me. I mean, obviously, I'd buy one. Like, right. Seriously, I like Nintendo. I want to play the most recent, up to date stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think because Nintendo is working really closely with NVIDIA, like, like you said, you take a look at these third-party dongles that you put in your TV. This isn't that. This isn't Nintendo making their own shit dongle. They're actually working with this company. So like, if they're doing something like this, this is a good stopgap. And I think it's good because, Microsoft and Sony, they basically tell developers and stuff like that, it's like, hey, you got to make 4K versions. You got to do 4K assets for all your games. That costs a lot of fucking money and takes a lot of goddamn time. I think a lot of Japanese developers, they don't have the experience or they don't have the manpower to do that. Like, think about the 3DS era. It was kind of like a good stopgap for a lot of Japanese companies because they didn't have to make HD. They can make SD games and still get a really good return on their, on their investment and stuff like that. I think this could be a similar kind of thing. The developers can still be making something basically in HD, but the machine learning stuff is, doing the 4K work for them.
Yeah. Yeah, just a couple of lines of code and you're good to go. I mean, it's what new consoles are doing, the PS and the Series X, a couple of lines of code and you can increase the frame rate on like really old games, make them run in high resolution. I mean, it only takes a little bit of work to do that. And then you're getting like, 20-year-old games running at like, 60 frames a second, which they never did before. And, that's cool. So I can imagine it's something like that. It's not just something like super easy to do. But the other two little nitbits of information were the 7-inch OLED screen and the increased battery life. I mean, it's funny, we were just talking about the PS Vita because that had an OLED screen, but then they took the OLED screen out later, right?
Yeah, the version I have is not the OLED screen one.
Right. So they're kind of doing the opposite of the Vita. They're starting off with the LCD and going to OLED. And Vita went the other way. Started with OLED. Which is why the Vita was so ridiculously expensive, because they had OLED how many years ago?
Yeah, and they had 3G built into some of the models too, which is ridiculous.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, and they also have some new dev kits going around to developers now to take advantage of this stuff. So it does sound like, that people are going to be able to make games specifically for this new Switch, which you've got to think that this Breath of the Wild sequel is going to be one of those. It runs way better on the new Switch. It will run on the old Switch.
Yeah,
it'll be like I don't know what would you compare it to? Like the one of those Hyrule Warrior games, like on 3DS and new 3DS, that kind of thing.
I don't know. I heard those if Cyrus is here, he'd tell us. I know who, but for that game in particular, it gets to just run like absolute ass on regular 3DSs. But I don't think Nintendo would want to put Zelda under the bus like that. So
no.
Yeah, maybe I'd say this is obviously just kind of talking out of my ass, but maybe it's more like an expansion pack type of a thing. Not like Perfect Dark, but more like Turok 2 or something, where you put the expansion pack in and you can see, it looks quite a bit better.
Yeah. Anyway, that it's coming this year apparently. I mean, it's already been developed, so later this year. Coming soon.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the news. So I hear a shipping truck backing in to Ty's apartment. Ty.
Listen, I got to be real with you guys. You were talking about the fucking LEDs and switch resolution and shit. I won another UFO catcher prize. Did you see me looking over here and maybe concentrating really hard?
I was too busy getting into what I was saying. I didn't notice. Sorry.
I looked at the time and I noticed, oh god, I got to use my free plays today, and I'm like, oh, this could be a get, and it was.
There it is.
It's been something I've been after for a while, and you'll find out about it in 2 weeks.
Cool. Well,
in the meantime,
for the anime trash, the unboxing, what do you got for us this time, Ty?
Oh boy, this is my biggest haul yet. So over on Sega Catcher, aka Goton, I hit a lucky streak. People just set shit up for me left and right. I literally have at least 12 fucking prizes from them in one ship.
Wow.
So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. I have 5 boxes. Let's go. We're gonna start with a small one and work our way down.
Alrighty. Let's do it.
I saw your tweet earlier, and it looked like you were about to be crushed to death by there's so many boxes.
Like I think this might be more than I can like physically hold. So let's go. Here we go. Starting with the smallest box first. I have a pair of medical scissors I stole out of a first aid kit. Like somebody is gonna like die from internal bleeding because somebody couldn't cut their shirt off fast enough.
Great job.
Yeah, I did a great job. All right, let's see. What do we got? Oh yeah, this is the one I posted in the Discord. This is a big titty anime pirate girl. There you go. It's a whole figure. By the way, I set up all the figures and stuff from the last episode right there. You can maybe see them in the background.
Yeah.
And the poster too.
Yeah, and the Killer Instinct kick-ass jacket.
Yeah. That's the finest piece of apparel I own.
It's like Ty goes for like a wedding, a funeral, whatever. He's wearing that jacket.
Hell yeah. All right, box number 2. This is escalating to a medium-sized box.
Kid, make sure the kids are not in the room at this point. By the way, guys, this is the over 18 section of the episode.
Yeah. Also,
I think things are going to get extremely wholesome.
Okay.
Now that we have the big titty anime pirate girl.
Next is a Bible, and the next is a statue of Moses.
This might be the highlight of the show. This is Kirby and his fucking owl friend.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What's his name? I forget. I know the hamster is named Rick.
Rick.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. This is the branding is poo friends. Okay, so it's this grouchy looking owl. And here's Kirby. Right? This is amazing. I love it.
Fun fact, Kirby's name in development was Popopo.
Really?
Yeah,
interesting.
That was his development name before they landed on Kirby. Yeah,
I'm glad they ditched it. But it makes sense it makes sense though, since the other guy's named Dedede.
Yeah.
Hi Tony just said, "Hey, I got that Kirby and Ku plush in Japan."
Oh, that's his name. Okay, good shit. Did you get it out of a UFO catcher? If not, I'm not impressed. All right. Oh yeah, here's another Fate figure. Here we go. So you can. She has average size boobs. She's pretty classy here. She has a nice formal dress.
Yeah, you could barely see her ankles. So I mean, ooh.
Yeah. There might be a little cleavage there. I don't know. No, not really. So if you like Fate, I have a bunch of Fate figures now. So check it out. There's a lot of weight to this one, actually.
It's the boobs.
I don't think so. I think it... Wow, there's like instructions on the side. Yeah, usually when you open these up, they're anywhere from like 1 to like 1 million parts.
Oh, man.
This one looks like it might be a 1 million part one. All right.
Moving on. You have to actually construct them sometimes, don't you? The figures. They don't come pre-made. You have to put the arms in and everything.
Yeah, usually it's only a couple pieces, like the stand. Sometimes it's just a stand in the figure. Sometimes they're like cut in half and you have to kind of snap them together. Or sometimes it's the head and the arms and the big dumb sword. You have to kind of wedge it into their hand. All right, moving on. We're getting into some bigger boxes.
While you're opening that up,
medium.
Haitani came back and said, "Yeah, from a UFO catcher, of course. Lol, I got Kirby and Kine, or is it Kine?
I don't know. That's awesome, though.
Yeah,
good shit. Yeah, Kirby is a very popular thing in UFO catchers out here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, it fits perfectly for like a claw, right? It's like a.
Yeah. If you go down to Akihabara, there's almost certainly some Kirbys to be had.
Also, Kirby has a lot of kind of history with those characters, don't they? Aren't they like in his games? Like
I actually have a phone case. Yeah, I you can even see it in the shot up there. Barely, it's like right next to the GameCube. It's leaning up against it. I have a Kirby phone case, and the art on it is the UFO catcher from the NES game.
Nice.
All right, what do we got in here? Oh, yes. This is another one of my finest gets. This is the clotting cell from Cells at Work.
Oh, I've seen that. My wife was watching that. That weird. Yeah. That's a pretty interesting anime, actually. Like,
wow, this is way bigger than I expected too. This is awesome. Yeah, this is like the adorable little girl that fucking forms a scab.
Yeah, and like they're fighting viruses and shit, and they're horrifying and all.
Like, it's a great show. There's a YouTube channel I like, Dr. Mike, and he did like a scientific breakdown of all the stuff in the show, and he was really impressed with it.
Huh.
Yeah, so check that out. Man, this one's amazing. I was so lucky. Like, this disappeared for a long time and then like came up for like one day, and I sniped it right off of Sega Catcher so fast. Yeah, hell yes. I'm so happy I have this.
Nice.
Right. And all right, moving on. We still have lots to go. Oh, here's a generic anime girl.
Okay.
It's like the one with the big head and lying down, so you can kind of stack them all. Like you can see I have so many of these.
Yeah.
This is actually a set with the one I got on the last episode. So I have the set now, and I don't even know what anime this is. So yeah, wow. She has like these little cheeks, and they're like pasted on, so they're kind of 3D.
Mm-hmm.
This is adorable. Oh, yeah, nice little schoolgirl outfit. Go to hell. All right, what the fuck is this? I think they sent me an extra present. Nice. Yeah, they did. They sent me a present. Wow, we have a surprise. All right. Wow. Let's see. Happy White Day from Goldtone staff. Congratulations on your gets. And because it's White Day, we're putting in a little present. Yeah, wow, they sent me a Kit Kat.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's some actual surprises in here, like even for me.
Wow.
So that rules. That's fucking awesome. I'm glad that was on there. Okay, now I got one more in this box. Now this is some real ass anime trash. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. This is Sniper Waifu.
All right.
From Sword Art Online. You might remember that elf maid I had last episode, and I said the show is peak anime trash.
There it is. I was thinking, what did you say? Peak anime trash. I have to remember that.
Yeah, there it is. Like, okay, so like if you watch the first season of the show, it's pretty good. It's kind of like a sci-fi Matrix / Battle Royale kind of thing with a little bit of teenage power fantasy, and it like if you can accept that, it's okay. Mm-hmm. And then when it gets to the second season, it just like just pivots so hard into like bottom rung anime trash. It's awful. Do not watch it. Do not watch it when mom walks in. Do not watch it in the presence of a, just do not watch it. Watch the first season. Do not watch the second one. White Day, racist much? Oh man, what do you guys want to explain White Day to our viewers?
Yeah, I think
that would be funny if that's why they sent it though. This guy's a guy's name.
Right. I think a lot of you guys, longtime listeners, you guys have heard of White Day and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, Valentine's Day is obviously a thing. But like in Japan,
there's a free sticky note on here. It says 32284. What could it mean?
It's the phone number they want you to call.
Oh yeah. Oh, like somebody's into me. Sending me the White Day chocolate.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, Valentine's Day and White Day are two different holidays, and in the West, it's like you can give and get candy or chocolates or whatever on Valentine's Day. White Day is another marketing scheme by Japan and I guess now Taiwan and South Korea to kind of get more money out of people for doing the same thing. Valentine's Day is which one is it? The guys get the candy, and on White Day is the other way around. You get the girls' stuff.
Right. But it was invented by the card companies. Don't forget that important detail.
I knew it was invented by somebody. It wasn't me.
Oh, well, somebody was asking about this character and what's on her hat.
Yeah.
And this is like, it's like blood small something. I'm pretty sure it's like the clotting agent in a cell.
Yeah, it's blood cell. It's like, okay, I double checked like the kanji, and that's blood. Okay, I don't know. I
mean, like, even if you know Japanese, like being up to par on your biological terminology is not that easy.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure it's like whatever the clotting cell, or I don't know, how does blood clot? Yeah. There's like the I don't know what you call it, like a clotting protein or something, and that's what this is.
Okay.
Just watch the show.
Yeah, it's an interesting show. I mean, I guess if you
it'll click for you instantly. It's scientifically accurate. Just ask any doctor on YouTube that does reaction.
Right, James had it. Hemoglobin.
Yes, thank you. That it was on the tip of my tongue. All right,
I didn't even need to Google that, by the way.
Oh,
anyway, the about the White Day thing, like this is one of the things that Americans call chocolate candy, which is confusing. Yeah. They go candy bar, but we would call it a chocolate bar. So on Valentine's Day, girls give chocolate to guys, and on White Day, guys give candy to girls. Okay, that's the real candy, not just. Might be.
All right, are you ready for
they sell chocolate? They sell
for the second biggest box. Here we go. Oh, this is Plush Mania. Jesus Christ. All right, first up, Tony Chopper.
All right.
Chopper. Yes, everybody knows and loves Tony Chopper. I feel like maybe his time has passed as a beloved plush toy, but it was an easy get, so I got him.
Got him.
Maybe I'll send it to my buddy in America who is a big One Piece fan. All right, now here we go. Here's a big dumb baby Goku.
Nice.
Yes, this was a pretty easy get.
Cool.
Yep.
Everybody likes Goku.
Throw it in the pile. All right. Yes. Now this is one I tried pretty hard to win, and I got it without too much trouble. It's a fucking Psyduck.
That's awesome.
I know. I saw Psyduck, and I needed to have him, and he comes with the question mark.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what his Japanese name is, Dai?
I did. I forgot it. It's
Kodak.
All right, launch itself.
I think it's Kodak.
Kodak. Okay.
They do that sometimes, like Pidgey and Pidgeotto. They just call him Pigeon. I think in Japanese.
Right.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Nice effort, guys.
Right.
Oh, I missed the box. All right, now I have Squirtle. Well, we're getting Pokemon.
Zenigame?
Yeah, Zenigame. Squirtle is such a better name, I think.
Yeah, it's good localization.
Yeah, it's kind of brilliant. Yeah. Oh, he has a little cookie or something he's stuffing in his face, or it's a heart. It's a heart-shaped cookie, and he's holding it and/or eating it.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, I like him.
He was my starter back in the day.
Yeah, he's like the premier starter, really.
Am I the only guy that used the Venusaur?
No, that one's good too. And you picked the Charmander if you wanted hard mode.
Yeah, that's what my little brother did. He's fine.
Was Venusaur the starter version? Or was that the second one?
The first game. Like,
all right,
and Leaf. Yeah, you're right. The Leaf.
And guess what's next? A slightly different Squirtle.
Nice.
Yeah, so I guess you can put this one on its side or lean it up against something.
Huh.
Yep, there you go. So now I have 2 Squirtles. Maybe I'll send one to a viewer.
Right on.
All right, now here's an actual mystery. I won. Let's see. A mystery set, like a good luck bag. So it says badges for boys, steel badges for boys. There's 2 sets on there. There's steel badge for boys and steel badge for girls. Uh-oh. So I asked some of my friends, do you think it's going to be a bunch of Love Lives or a bunch of Gokus? All right, what do you guys think before I open it up? Is it going to be a bunch of Love Live or a bunch of Goku?
Well,
or something else?
Did say, bloody hell, Squirtle is well hung.
Yeah, he got a big old hog right there. Oh, this is cool. All right, first up, it's a Gohan. And it's like holographic or iridescent or something. This looks really fucking cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, that's like half a Goku. All right, what's the next badge?
You don't need to share that one, Danny.
Yeah.
It's Anime-chan from, I don't know. Is this a Love Live or an Idol Master?
Yes.
It looks like an Idol Master, but I don't know. Meiko Namiki. I think it's Idol Master. It looks like that art style. I don't know. I only care about one idol, and that's the girl that likes frogs and poverty. All right. Oh, here's another one. All right, we have another in the girl Chan category. Who is this? This is Kaon. That's right. We have a Kaon badge. All right, so we got two in the anime girl category, and we got one in the Goku category. What do we got? Okay, we got another one in the girl category, but this is some anime Chan. This is I don't know who this is. Tsubaki Igami. Is it
Anime Chan?
Yeah, I think this is a Love Live. All right. Place your bets. Oh yeah, we got another fucking Love Live or whatever this is.
Yeah, they all look the same to me.
She has a gigantic paintbrush. Holy shit! Look at that.
Russ was just saying something about that.
I bet most people think it's called Love Live because that makes more sense.
Yep. Okay, I have no idea what this is. It looks like some kind of sci-fi anime thing going on.
No idea.
Yeah. What does it say on the back? It's there's some.
You have a week to live.
Something.
Yeah.
No, the beyond something. Yeah. I think it's a sci-fi anime. I don't know that one. We got a big old Goku.
Nice.
Full hologram mode.
Oh, looks like when he's fighting Frieza. Cool.
Yeah, that looks like the big fun ball. What's it called?
Spirit Bomb.
Spirit Bomb. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what's our score? It's like 2 Gokus, 4 Love Lives.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we got Ninja Tony Chopper.
Okay.
Does that go in the Goku category? I'm not sure.
Yes. Are these like badges or what?
Yeah. These are big size steel badges.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a pretty good get. We have some, I don't know, geisha girl thing. Okay, it's the same branding as the Love Live stuff, I think. I have no idea what this is. There you go. All right, one badge left. Oh, it looks like another of whatever the sci-fi thing was. I assume it's sci-fi. It looks very sci-fi. Oh yeah, it says Fafnir Beyond Project. Sounds like some edgy anime that middle school boys like.
Right.
I'll ask him about it. All right. So yeah, this is a cool set of badges. Man, the Goku one was top notch.
There it is.
All right. Let's move this along. Last box.
Okay.
And the biggest box.
Yeah, and for those of you watching at home, I think we mentioned this before, but it's not in the description right now on YouTube, but you can actually try this stuff out yourself. You can try it out online sometimes you get free plays.
Yeah, like if you just like create an account on Toriyaba, you can play like 5 times for free, and I think another 5 times if you try the mobile app. I don't know if Sega Catcher has any free plays, but they have a free booth where you can just practice on.
Okay.
Yeah.
James Allen. Next episode, I want to see Ty wearing all of them, those badges on his shirt.
Hell yeah. Somewhere I have like a big bag of steel badges. Like a huge bag, like just from all the events I've been to.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll
sell those, Ty? Can you sell them? Like just go to a book off or something and just dump them on and say, give me something for it?
Yeah. Probably won't get too much, but if you want, you can put them on like Mercari or whatever and get a bit more.
Yeah, Restrino was just saying, when is Ty opening his eBay store?
Oh, yeah. That's an idea. So I'm going to have to send some of this stuff to some people sooner or later. I'm running out of space.
Yeah, right.
Look at this. This is all like plush toys, I think. What do we got?
It's going to be like one of those Hoarders TV shows where the guy can't even open his door.
Oh yeah. This is something. This is where I get my podcast background spread.
Nice.
Oh,
We have
nice. Super mushroom.
Yeah, we have a big old mushroom, big old power up mushroom here.
That's
straight
awesome.
out of Mario. Got a little bit of heft to it. It's like really firm.
Yeah,
I like it.
Nice.
Comment
You
from
could kill a
Rocky.
man with that.
This is insane. I think
is
imagine me
insane.
talking about all the stuff that you're getting. It is insane. Jeez.
Yeah. What's insane is like I got so many of these in like 1 or 2 or 3 tries. I know the only ones
paid like $2 for everything. That's the insane part.
Yeah, that is. The one that actually took me a lot of tries was like the Tony Chopper. Ironically, it was like cheap to play, but like I had really bad luck on it. But still, like I seriously came out way ahead on this shipment. Like so much, it's insane.
Oh shit! A 1-up mushroom as well.
Yeah, I had to complete the set, obviously. Oh Christ, I can't quite get this fucking plastic bag off.
It has defeated Ty.
All right. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I've completed the set.
Nice.
Yes, so these are going to sit right up in the background for a long time. I finally look like a Nintendo podcast. All right. And now we're moving on to our 6-year-old girl segment. I have these plush Mikus. They didn't send me a 6-year-old girl. Sorry to any pedophiles out there. So we have a cute little Sakura pink Miku. It's absolutely adorable. Yep. I don't know what else to tell you. Except I have the slightly different Sakura pink Miku. See, this one, she has her eyes open and she had her eyes closed on the other one.
All right.
So Ty, when you go for you say you always go for the easy gets, or like you're selective of what you go for. But like, what are you thinking when you're going for these ones? Are you thinking like I can sell that shit, or I'm just gonna sleep on top of it, use it as a bed? Like, what are you thinking?
It's the thrill of the hunt mostly.
I see.
But I do like to give these away as souvenirs because, you know, in like, of course, you guys know what it's like being the Japan guy in your friends and family circles.
Sure.
Right.
So, yeah, I send a lot of it home as like souvenirs or presents or whatever. All right, last one. I have a big ol' Sumiko. This is a dinosaur or something. I don't know.
They all look the same.
Sumiko Gurashi.
Yes, I know. All the grade school girls love this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, this was an easy get, and this is my favorite Sumiko, so I got it.
Yeah. James Allen, CNN Newsflash, just coming in. Man lost under 14 tons of anime plushie trash.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that earthquake we had, all my anime figures survived the earthquake test.
Excellent.
Yep.
Super duper.
Yep.
Oh, great.
All right, so that's it for the anime box. I don't know if I'll ever get a haul this big again, but you know, this is only like the 4th time we've done it, so who knows?
Yeah. Will Ty survive another unboxing?
Yeah.
That's the question now, isn't it?
He will not.
The addiction is real. Yeah, it is addictive, which is why you have to be really careful about not falling into like some fucking gambling high.
Right.
It can happen.
Well, Ty, it's a good job they send it to you for free because you know you have to send all that stuff to the States, and that ain't free.
Nope.
So yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, lots of stuff this time.
So glad I got this good ass Goku badge.
Yeah, dude, that's badass.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'll put all the stuff up in the background as I've done so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least it's making you tidy your room a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
man. I have like broken down so many fucking cardboard boxes this week. At least when I move into a bigger place, it'll be easy because I have all these boxes.
Right.
The cardboard recycling guys come around to your house and they're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, not again."
Yeah.
James Allen, best one yet, Ty.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I lucked out. Like I said, Holy shit! I'm missing something. There was a prize I got, and they didn't send it. Holy shit! I'm gonna double check.
Demand a refund.
All right. Well, and Ty, while you're checking that out, James, how about you go ahead and kick off the next segment?
All right. Yes, there it is. The anime trash is over.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to move on to our Famicast 10 years segment. This is part 2 of 8. In case you forgot, we're doing the countdown to episode 200.
The year of the Famicast, obviously, that's how things go.
Yeah,
logically.
Yeah, 3 months of the Famicast. Okay. So yeah, in part 2 today, we're going to talk about the early NWR years. When the podcast started, the first maybe 3 years of the podcast, what we were doing and that kind of stuff. Early NWR years, so 2011 to 2013. We're not talking about anything after 2013. So just so you know. But so when I started at NWR, I think we talked about it last episode with Matt. Matt joined under Lindy's dictatorship. I joined under Steven Rodriguez, but he left just before the Famicast started because I was checking the records here. And so Windy Man, he quit NWR in 2008. And then I guess that's when Lindemann took over. And then Lindy was director from 2008 to 2010, I guess. But anyway, Neil Ronahan, he took over 2011, January 2011, just a couple of months before the Famicast. So we did start under Neil's director. Neil as director. So we got a quick message from Windy Man. I thought I'd play just at the start of this segment.
All right.
So yeah, he was. Yeah, Ty probably knows him, right?
Oh yeah.
You probably met him.
we have a long history. Yes.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. So here is a little message from Steven Rodriguez, aka Windy Man. Here we go.
Hey Famicast, it's Steven Rodriguez, former director of Nintendo World Report. Just wanted to stop by and wish you guys a happy 10th anniversary and upcoming 200th episode. I'll definitely be tuning in to see what you guys have coming up next. See ya.
So awesome. Thanks, Windy Man, for that. So if you probably recognize his voice.
It's not a real thank you unless we call him Windy Dale.
Okay.
Which is an old inside joke.
Nice. Okay. I don't actually know that inside joke before my time.
Yeah,
like everyone.
Early 2000s NWR. Let's go. Back when it was Planet GameCube.
If you're a long-time RFN listener, you might recognize his voice. Actually, he's got a very distinctive voice, and he was on those very early episodes, like pre everything. Like those early single-digit RFN episodes. He did some really funny kind of like pirate voices and stuff like that. I don't know if you remember those.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So yeah, then Neil Ronahan, he took over January 2011, and then obviously Famicast died in March 2011. And in 2011, we did lots of cool StreetPass stuff. After Danny and Matt got the 3DSs, we're doing lots of StreetPass stuff, right? Danny, you remember those early StreetPass videos?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And actually, yeah, James had linked some up in the Discord. I think it was in the Discord a few weeks back or whatever. And I was watching some of them because I totally forgot that it was just me and you going around from Ueno Park all the way, and we just walked down the street because there's a street that just goes right to Akihabara. And James and I just walked, and he was like, he kind of added in some effects of me oh, we got to beat man, and stuff like that. It was a fun video, and it was pretty fun to just kind of go back to that because I had forgot all about that. And also it was interesting too because I had bought some 64 DD games on that trip.
Yeah,
and they were so cheap. They were 2,000 yen, like 20 bucks a pop, maybe even cheaper. Like it was ridiculous. Nowadays, it's at least 2 times that or more, depending on where.
Oh God, yeah. I remember seeing Battletoads like back in the day, like the Japanese version for like 1,000 or 2,000 yen. I should have bought every copy because now they're like 10 times that.
Right, right.
Nice.
Like,
why do people buy stocks?
Right. Yeah, James is showing a bit of the video right there. Yeah, very young and innocent.
It looks so cute back then.
Right.
I know. So yeah, so Danny, we walked from Ueno to Akihabara, right? And I remember we kind of like fucked it up, didn't we? Like I've forgotten because we really didn't know anything at that time, right?
No, yeah.
About StreetPass, like how it worked and everything like that. Like how long you had to wait to like check it and how long until you got a StreetPass, that kind of stuff. It was completely unknown at that time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I remember you got quite a lot of StreetPasses then.
Yeah, I did. I think like the final count was in the 30s or something like that. Just in maybe when it was all said and done.
This video we did in May 2011.
Okay.
So we'd done a couple of Famicast episodes by then, right?
Yeah, I think maybe we filmed it during the spring break, but maybe it took a while to edit because I thought I saw some cherry blossoms.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, cool. Yeah, the previous big video that like we did before this one. Well, actually, sorry, Danny, without you, it was the TYP. Me and TYP going to Akihabara.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, Danny played Street Fighter 4. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was so good. And yeah.
Yeah, I can tell by the expression you're making.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys, I mean, yeah, Danny eShop Bivens, that was
me. I remember that. That was cool. Yeah, that was your nickname for a long time, wasn't it? Because of all the shit you downloaded from the eShop.
Which isn't very much compared to what a lot of other people download then and now. But
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did that. So that was in May 2011. And then in August 2011, Danny, we recorded episode 4 of the Famicast called Akiba Live. Do you remember that one?
Yep. Oh yeah.
So that was so that must have been when I got my 3DS.
Yep, because I picked one up for you because of the ambassador thing. Like if you picked it up before a certain date, you would get it'd be, what the heck was it? I think it was basically a window where you can get it for cheaper and you would still have access to like the ambassador games, like the free games that you would get from Nintendo for purchasing the thing earlier or whatever. And I picked it up for James and like took it to him. We met up in Akiba.
Yeah, there was a time limit where Nintendo were basically going to cut off. Like if you buy a 3DS at discounted price, you're not going to get the free GBA games and whatever else the ambassadors got, right? But then, obviously people like me worked out that, we have a window of like, I don't know, a week or something where you can get it for cheaper and you can still get the free games. Because a lot of the stores actually reduced their prices a little bit earlier, I guess, right? And that's how Danny managed to get one for me. Oh, Danny, you got some 64DD games of that here as well. Jesus. Nice. Yeah, so the Akiba Live episode is pretty funny, actually. I kind of re-listened to it, the other week, just to remember, and it was pretty funny. We recorded like each segment. We kind of changed floors. It was kind of a short episode because we're literally in the store recording. While people are still there doing their shopping and stuff. So that was pretty fun. But yeah, that was wow, episode 4. Holy shit!
Yeah, look at that handsome guy. Jeez, looks like somebody I'd want to be friends with. Yeah, if you're listening to the audio version, that was
yeah. Sorry, kind of watching the video. Yeah. So then, what else I want to talk about? Yeah. So the next kind of big thing in 2011. Obviously there was TGS 2011, which usually September, right?
Right.
Yeah. So TGS 2011, Danny was on staff. So, Danny, this must have been your first TGS for
first
Nintendo
TGS
World
is being a part of NWR. I went the first time I went to TGS like 2007, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, as a schlub, right?
Yes.
So, Danny, you played the Kakucho slide pad. Is that the extension thing, right?
Circle Pad Pro.
Circle Pad Pro. And what else did you play? Oh, you played Metal Gear Solid 3 on 3DS.
I remember not being very good at it. And I thought like something was, I don't remember, something, when you play games at conventions and stuff like this, sometimes it's obviously just not the ideal way to play things, as I'm sure all of us right now on the show absolutely know that. Yeah, there's something weird about that demo. But yeah, I tried to play as much as I could. And we, James and I wrote a bunch of stuff for the website and stuff back then.
Yeah. Just trying to look at the list here on NWR. You also played Slime Muddy Muddy Dragon Quest 3, Sonic Generations, Itadaki Street.
Oh yeah. Oh man, for that I got to skip ahead of like an hour and a half line. There were kids and parents, and there's this asshole that just gets to go in front of him. It was like my first taste of power as a gaming journalist, and I loved it.
Don't let it go to your head, Danny.
Oh, it's too late.
Yeah, Danny got the full James Charlton asshole training in that.
Yeah. I think I asked them nicely. I wasn't even being an asshole about it. I was like, hey, I'm with the press. Think maybe I can get up there, and they're like, yeah, sure. Oh, okay, that was easy.
Hell yeah.
So me and Danny were actually joined by Minoru at that TGS. I think maybe that was like one of the only ones that Minoru joined us at, like as a staffer, because he was officially on NWR staff at that point, I guess. Yep. He joined, I guess he was recruited as a trans to help me and Matt and Danny with stuff that we can understand. But he joined us, and yeah, I think that was the first time we met Minoru in real life. Was it? Or was it the video?
I did not get to meet him because I went on like the public day.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, so the video we did when Mario was later. That was the following year. But yeah, so he played a few games as well. He wrote about, what was this, a Kunio-kun game, Fab Style.
Nice.
Minoru played all the fucking like trolley kind of girl games. It's funny. He played New Love Plus, the girlfriend simulator. And he played Hatsune Miku. Man, I don't know. Is he trolling himself here? And then Labyrinth.
Do you not like Hatsune Miku?
Hatsune Miku's fun.
No, is the answer.
Christ.
I'm just trying to think. What did I actually play? Oh, I played Kingdom Hearts 3, the Dream Drop Distance. You see what they did there? 3Ds.
Don't get it.
Yep. Cave Story 3D. Yeah, there was a big fuss about that one. It was like, it was actually properly Polygon, like the first time it was being in Polygon. Puyo Puyo Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy, which I never played after that demo.
I loved it. It was one of my favorite 3DS games.
Right, yeah, I know you liked it. Shinobi 3D.
Oh,
yeah, I can't remember that one actually, yeah. And what else? Rhythm Kaito A, Koten Napoleon Noisan. That's, what do you call
Rhythm
it?
Thief.
Rhythm Thief, there you go.
Yeah, I did a review for that. Like, it was my first time ever completing a game that was fully in Japanese.
Nice. Cool. And then, Danny, you did a blog about your quest to play Monster Hunter Tri, but you never actually did end up playing it, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, at TGS, usually to play Monster Hunter, you have to get some kind of a special ticket. If you go as the press, you get to go in through like a special entrance. But if you go on the public day, that does not give you easy access to where you get these tickets that somehow are all not sold out, but there's none left way before the thing even opens. I think I got there at like literally 6 a.m, and I still couldn't even get one.
Good job.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last thing in 2011 was Don Koopman's first ever episode. He jumped on episode 7, which is the classic, the legendary Annual Gift Man Approaches. So yeah, I think a lot of people remember that one. It was a kind of returning, well, it's still a returning joke. I mean, shit, I probably mentioned it like a couple of episodes ago.
Legendary meme.
Right. So yeah, that was Don. I mean, Don was on the show he was on the show for quite a while, right? Like, I don't know how many episodes, like 20?
A good chunk, like
a
year and a half, 2 years or something. So
yeah. He was like pretty much like a regular. It was unfortunate his timing, because at that time we were using the old artwork, the one that I made, which kind of looks like the Famicom golden red. He kind of predates when we had like little avatars drawn of us. So Dan never actually showed up as like, an artwork kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in like that kind of time, like OG Famicast kind of time.
Right.
So yeah, he was on episode 7, and then 2012. Yeah, this is when the StreetPass experiment started. So this was me, Danny, and Minoru. Mm-hmm. We went into Tokyo to do some StreetPass experimenting. Mm-hmm. Danny, what do you remember about this day?
I had to run a lot.
That's all you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember where it was?
We went to Tokyo University.
Yeah. That's where Minoru was working at the time. So he gave us like, exclusive entry to Tokyo University, which was awesome. And so what we did, like I was saying before, we really didn't know anything about StreetPass, and we just wanted to kind of push the limits of it and see how it worked, kind of thing, like distance and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Speed.
Speed. I mean, it was the most unscientific thing ever, as it was pointed out in the YouTube comments, where like several hundred people called us like, dumb assholes for not doing it properly.
Yeah, it's like, well.
It's like, well, you should have done this, like how many times?
Why don't you fucking do it then?
Right. We were literally the only people in the world testing out what, how StreetPass works and making a video about it at the time anyway. So I think a lot of people appreciated it.
Yeah, it was just for fun.
So Danny, this was the first time you met Minoru?
Yeah.
So Minoru is not actually in this video. He was the cameraman.
Maybe he talks
do hear. Yeah, he talks a little bit. Yeah, you can hear his voice and maybe see his hand on some parts of it. But yeah, we found out that, what was it? Well, if you walk past each other, yes, it works. If you run past each other, ?
It doesn't? I don't remember. I mean, obviously, if you watch this video,
that
James has, well, I'll try to remember to link this up in the YouTube things, and also on the site article and stuff like that, so you guys can.
There's me really far away, and then this is Minoru, filming Danny on the other side of this fucking pond or whatever it was.
Yeah, I like Little Tokyo in the chat. He's saying a lot of different things. One thing he just said here too. Wild hair. Danny looks like a professional wrestler with that hair. I'm not sure why. This is the first thing I thought of. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Little Tokyo. He also points out in the chat that Dan now works for NOE.
Yeah.
Which is why it was a little bit difficult getting a video message from him. He sends us his regards and congratulations or anything, but he the Nintendo ninjas, they would take him down.
Sure.
I don't think he's allowed to do those kind of things anymore. But that was also the case for Billy Berghammer. He works at NOA, so he was the founder of Nintendo World Report. Now works at NOA. So yeah, Danny, what are you wearing? It's like a tank top, blazer.
A vest. It's a vest.
A vest. It's.
I'm a fancy man. Now I just wear pajamas and t-shirts. Thanks to the pandemic.
Right. I mean, when we made this in April, so I guess it wouldn't be too hot.
It was getting hot that day because we were running
warming up
and shit. See, there's.
Amazing.
Yeah. If you're listening to the audio version, we're watching the video, and literally me and James are running full speed at each other.
What
Okay,
a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
And then we talk about how it did or didn't work anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was StreetPass Experiments in Tokyo. So yeah, Minoru's first episode was after that video. We recorded an episode after doing that video, right? I believe that's how it worked, right? We did the video running around like a bunch of assholes, testing out the street passing, and then we actually went into the university, into one of the professor's kind of offices. Do you remember that?
Yep.
He was actually still in his office.
Yeah.
And this is it was so weird now I think about it.
Yeah.
But this predates video Famicasts, of course, you know. Was YouTube even invented back then?
Yes.
After just showing the YouTube video that we just did. But the professor, I guess he was an English professor because he understood what we were saying, but we know there's us just, I don't know, talking about video games while there's a professor at his desk, you know, marking, you know, grading papers,
researching, cancer, and stuff, and
and he's just kind of like giggling. It's just like, what are you guys talking about?
What a bunch of losers!
But Minoru, I mean, God bless him. He did the whole podcast in English without notes. I mean, I know a lot of episodes he liked to kind of prepare a lot of things because he was kind of nervous about not knowing what to say.
Yep.
But for that he didn't. He was just like, straight off the cuff, which is a really hard thing to do in your not native tongue. Believe me, that is. I don't think I would be able to do a whole fucking podcast in Japanese and not sound like an idiot. So yeah. That was so that was called StreetPass Tengoku, as you could imagine. That was in March 2012. So yeah, I guess we did take a long time to make the video because the StreetPass Experiments video was published in April, but we did the podcast in March. So yeah, it took me a month to edit that video. Brilliant.
James Allen says, "Hey, I'm dying here. The two of you running past each other looks like you just robbed a shop."
I mean, I had, but yeah.
Right. I was just getting off my job as a waiter, so I need the extra cash.
Yeah, right. Right then. So yeah, I think it's about time we hear from Minoru, isn't it? All
right.
I think Minoru sent us a nice little video message. So let's hear from Minoru.
This is Minoru Yamaizumi. Do you guys remember me? I'm a former Japan correspondent of Nintendo World Report and Famicast. Now I'm a host of a radio program about linguistics research on YouTube, but in Japanese. Anyway, it's surprising that 10 years have passed since the beginning of Famicast, or the day of the big earthquake. Even more incredible is the fact that Danny, James, Ty, and others are still running it. Congrats on your 10-year anniversary.
It's funny when he says, I can't believe you guys are still running. It sounds like you guys are still doing this.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, get a real job.
Yeah, right. like he did.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I took the pictures from my 3DS.
3D Minoru.
Did you see the last game he played? Was it Hiku also?
Hiku. Oh yeah, the Pushmo.
Yeah, Pushmo. Yeah, that was a classic Famicast game, wasn't it?
Great game.
Talked about Pushmo and Pulmo, or whatever the other one was called.
Whatever.
Pull blocks, was it?
Right. Sure.
Something like that. Right. So yeah, so 2012, then TGS 2012. So this was Danny, me, and Ty. Ty was there. Let's see. So yeah, I guess this was Wii U, right? 2012. Wii U is almost here. It is
the first time. Yeah, the first time we could play Wii U. I had a full grown ass mustache too at the time.
Nice.
It was gross.
Oh man, it's a shame we were not doing YouTube episodes back then, isn't it?
Yeah, I did have some pictures, and I remember people saying on Twitter like, "Ugh, gross." Holding like a Wii U tablet, people were like, "Dude,
yikes!"
Yeah, maybe I'll throw some of those up in like the show notes or something like that on the website, so you can check it out.
You should.
No, I will.
Ty wrote a blog called Beyond the Tokyo Dome.
I did. I have no recollection of this, so this should be fun.
Okay. Oh, you don't even know what it's about?
Nope.
What is this about? Is it? Okay, you wanted to see Ace Attorney 5, and you saw a lot of it?
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, this sounds familiar.
Oh, is this the public days, I guess? Holy shit. Ty's got a fucking lot of merch here. Okay, maybe it's best if I just share the the blog here.
Hell yeah.
Look at some of Ty's pictures here.
Yeah, slap that stuff up on screen.
What the fuck did you get?
Oh, yeah. That was a loot and giveaway. A lot of giveaways. Some of that stuff I bought. Like, yeah, all the Guilty Gear merchandise and like
Pog form.
Yeah. The Pogs. Hey, girls.
I thought this was like, what do you call it? Comic-Cat for a second. But no, this is Tokyo Game Show on the public day, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ty, you often go on the public day, don't you?
Yeah. You know, like, I usually don't cut work, so.
There's a...
Rocky sounded off in the comments here. I love how confused everyone is while trying to remember things. Yes,
yeah,
right. long time ago. So yeah, that was Ty's blog. I mean, Ty, you got the TGS for the merch and the swag, right?
And to see certain games usually.
Certain games.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, the merch is a big thing. Like, yeah, I always make it a point to go to the merch first because sometimes it sells out.
Oh yeah, that's the best plan, dude.
So we did a podcast about TGS 2012. It's called TGS 2012 Spectacular. It's me, Danny, Don, Ty, and Minoru. Wow, 5-guy podcast.
I remember that being fun to edit.
Yeah, well, that was the first time I met you, right, Danny?
Yeah,
yeah. Like, I remember I remember that part of the TGS, wandering around asking random MacBook owners if they were Danny.
Yeah. Ty, I think, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you come and like crash at my place after the show?
I may have.
We got some yakitori and beers, and
that's how. Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure that was like the first time I met you. Like maybe like that first day, like, hey man, I just met you. You couldn't murder me in my sleep. Let's go get some beer and some chicken.
Hell yeah, murder.
Stay at my house.
Nice. So I actually did play a Wii U game, Tank.
Oh.
And I said they need to add the letter S to the beginning of those 3 words.
I remember that.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
I know what I played.
Okay. I played Project Crosstown. Ty mentioned that in the last episode.
I played that.
Yeah, I did.
What else did I play? Leighton Kyoju versus Gyakuten Saiban. So that's Leighton versus
Phoenix
what?
Wright.
Phoenix Wright, there you go.
Yeah.
And another Leighton game called Leighton Kyoju no Chobunmei.
The fifth one.
That's the most Leighton games I've ever played, I think, is it at this TGS? Danny, do you remember what games you played?
The Wii U game, the only one I played was Romance of the Three Kingdoms 12.
Well, you didn't write about it. You just
didn't?
talked about it on the show, I guess. No, there's no articles about it, but maybe you just talked about it.
It was really hard because, I mean, dude, it's talking about the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, you know, the Chinese story about all that shit and whatever. There's a movie called Red Cliff that explains a lot better than I can. John Woo directs it, I think. Anyways,
sorry, you did that, Danny, but you just didn't associate it with the event, so it wasn't on the event page. But yeah, you did. Okay. Sangokushi 12.
I just looked up because when that game came out, it was like a 9,000 to 10,000 yen game, like a $90 to $100 game.
Because Japan.
Yeah, and then I just saw it on this last night or something. I was just going around on resale sites, like I wonder how much I can get that for now, just for the hell of it. Yeah, it's like 1,000 yen.
Wow. You also played EX Troopers, Danny.
Nice. Yeah. You got to talk to like one of the devs, like maybe one of the producers or something. I remember you saying.
Yeah, it was it was kind of art director, I think.
They were doing like over your shoulders,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, yeah, you should do this," something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. It was like that was the PS3/DS game.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I have
on the same booth.
right.
Would you like to play the Sony PlayStation 3 version or the Nintendo DS version in the same booth?
I ended up buying the PS3 version, and then I found out that you couldn't capture from PS3s easily. It's like, oh, great.
Good job. Yeah, there was a Sengan Kagura game there, but I don't think we played that.
Why not?
Right? I don't know why, but it was there. Maybe that was the one where you had to put your head in like a giant boob to see the video or something like that. Remember that one year? Remember that?
Oh, wasn't that One-chan Bara?
Oh, yeah, you could be right, actually, yeah. So, Ty, your first... Wait. Holy shit. Ty, that was your first episode?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Holy shit. This was a pretty big episode, actually, for a lot of reasons.
I forget the order of operations here, but I think me and Danny talk like, okay, why don't you go to the show and then we'll talk about it on the podcast. And I think I just stuck around.
Haven't got rid of him since.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember how I put the puzzle pieces together. Like this super guy in the forums who was like always like commenting on Famicast episodes and talking about Japan stuff, and then figuring out that he's actually that guy who used to be on like staff at PGC. Like putting those two puzzle pieces together, and then like getting you to TGS and talking about on the podcast and stuff like that. I don't even remember how it happened. Like, Danny, do you remember? Was it like I said, there's this super guy, we should get him on? Or you? I don't even know how it worked.
I don't remember. There's got to be an email trail or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, or maybe direct messages on the forum.
On the forum.
Yeah, right. Like,
but I definitely remember Ty like cropping up a lot in the show, and like knowing a like frightening lot about Japan, which most of the people listening didn't. It's like, oh, this guy probably lives in Japan.
Yeah,
because that was the time you're not using your real name, so didn't know who you were.
Yeah, I think I did have my real name in my forum signature. Unless I was I had passed like terminal irony poisoning threshold, and I changed my forum signature to be like dog welding enthusiast or something.
I've just remembered now. Right, I know exactly what happened now, because this was my last episode. Yes, I remember, because I was looking for a replacement for me. And
this rando should do fine.
Right? And and we needed people who lived in Japan, and it was like fortuitous that we had a guy trolling us in the comments who lived in Japan, and I think that's how it worked. And then
and like by coincidence was like a long-term Nintendo World Report alumni.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's how it happened. Now I think about it. So Ty was kind of brought on as my kind of secret replacement. I don't think anyone listening knew at the time that I was going to leave the show. So Ty was like brought on as a kind of maybe like a test. It was like a test pilot kind of thing, and then that was successful. So he just kind of stayed on.
We crashed a long time ago.
Yeah, and I think what Danny said, okay, you should come aboard, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to do any work though.
Yeah, I remember you literally saying something like that.
I don't want to do any work. I just want to fill space, and yet somehow I have been doing work. not nearly as much as Danny or who usually edits his stuff and does all the website and the social media. But I do the Patreon episodes. They're great. They're the best ones, if you ask me.
Hey, we'll talk about those later.
Yes, give us $3. Just a reminder.
We've got 8 segments to fill over the next 8 episodes. We'll talk about the Patreon era, in a later episodes.
Oh boy.
So yeah, that was it. So I had to take a leave of absence because I was just starting my master's degree, and I had a young child as well, and it was just like it was getting too much. I just
Yikes.
couldn't do all that at the same time.
Ty's response, yikes.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, the podcast before this one, I was doing all of that, and then there was like, going to TGS, and it was just like my head just couldn't take it. I was like, so yeah, talked to Danny, worked out with Ty and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah. But you'll find out later in a later episode. Did I come back? I don't know. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Right? Or did I die? And
it's a real puzzler.
Right?
Right.
So yeah, with the next E3, sorry, E3. Yeah, we all went to America.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the next TGS, I was not a TGS. That was the first TGS I didn't go to since coming to Japan. I came to Japan in 2004, and I went to every TGS, and this was the first one I didn't. 2013. So Danny, it was just you and Ty, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did Mino go? I'm trying to think.
Let me just bring.
We might have all gone on separate days because
no, Minoru wouldn't.
I never went on the weekdays.
No, so on the podcast it was Danny, and I was on the podcast. What the fuck? Okay, I was still on the podcast for some reason.
No, I remember you went. It's like something like you went because you. I mean, I lived a hell of a lot farther away from.
Yeah. I don't know why I went. Did I have some free time?
Yeah, maybe. I think it was just that you had some free time, and we had press passes and stuff, so it was fine.
Yeah, it was Danny and Ty, and Dan was on. So, but that was the times when Dan just kind of had to ask us questions about TGS because he was the only guy who hadn't gone because obviously right. he was in Holland, and we were in Japan, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, Ty. Let me see. Ty talks about Killer Instinct, another general craziness from the show floor. And then,
because the Xbox, they showed off the Xbox there for the first time.
It came straight from the show floor, apparently. Okay, Danny catches up with Ty. So maybe Danny and Ty were talking, like live from the show?
Sometime around that time, I did some stuff like that. Like, I think there was a Pokemon event before Pokemon X and Y came out. I did a similar thing. Well, it's just by myself. So I found the audio on my phone, like interviewing myself, like, let's take it back to Danny. Yeah, Danny, thanks a lot. And like that type of stupid thing. I think I just
right. So yeah, the show kicks off with Danny and me, Father James Charlton. So yeah, I guess I just came back for this one. And interestingly enough, this TGS episode is the first time we started using the new artwork. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so Tony Losoya, he was we called him our Fami artist for a good while. So yeah, this TGS episode 2013. What is it called? It's called TGS 2013 for the future. Is that a reference to like for the sequel or something like that, Danny?
No, I think it was just.
Oh, what's it called? No, okay, never mind.
Spoiler for the
nothing to do with anything.
No, it had something to do with everything.
Okay. So Danny, this is all you. I can't see any articles apart from your Puyo Puyo Hero Bank, Puzzle and Dragons Z, Hatsune Miku, Geist Crusher, and DS Rhythm Curtain Call.
Yeah, Geist Crusher was an interesting one because like it was a game made. I think it was developed by Treasure, but it's being published by Capcom. And I'm trying to remember because Capcom did this a couple of times where they try to have games and also they try to have like anime and stuff like that as well. And I think that's what they were kind of trying to do here, maybe. But like the thing about this, because I think the anime or something was geared towards kids, but this game was hard as shit. It's like that doesn't seem like a recipe for some hardcore sales or anything like that.
Just checking out the event photos.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Ty definitely went to this one.
Yeah. I think one of my friends actually came to visit, and we went around and tried a whole bunch of games together.
Mm-hmm.
He was really interested in that weird Japanese Connect Xbox One game that I can't remember the name of.
Ty, I think you and I played Killer Instinct together.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, and it was like the first chance I got to actually listen to the music, and I demonstrated how the dynamic music works to you.
Yeah,
because that was my first time actually testing how it worked myself. So that was awesome.
I talked to one of the producers or something on that game, Rise, that Roman launch game. He was just there, and he was like I was just talking to him because no one else was going to the booth. I just so. Yeah, all the pictures on NWR for TGS 2013. That's all me. I still have those pictures on my photo roll or whatever on my phone.
That's amazing. Yeah, so that was TGS 2010. Good job, Danny.
Thank you. It was.
You must have been dead.
It was busy as shit. I'll tell you that. I think that's the year I started staying at a hotel close by. So I was like, man, I don't want to come because to go back to where I lived, it just took forever. It took probably 2 hours or more. So that was insane. Go somewhere, work your ass off at an event like that, and then go back home, 2 hours on a crowded as fuck train. That sucked. So
yeah, I'm as surprised as anyone that I actually went to that event. I don't know how the fuck I did that, but that's why I didn't write anything. I just went for funsies, I think, just for a break, and then just didn't do anything afterwards. Thanks, Danny. covering our asses.
Right.
So yeah, that's up to 2013. So next, part 3, we're going to talk about the latter NWR years, 2014 to 2016. More interesting things, more interesting milestones, and some nice video messages to play. So I look forward to that in part 3 next.
Just a note on the title for that episode of the show at the time is For the Future. We made kind of a change. I wanted to make sure that people that are on the show are in Japan and stuff like that, and other things too, just timing and stuff too. So from the next episode, it was just Ty was on the show. I also had a couple of other guys I know kind of guested on the show for a little bit and stuff. A guy named Tim and then a guy named Josh. They came on, and we did a couple of different things. We did a link to the past playthrough because Link Between Worlds was coming up, so I wanted to do a retrospective on that. So we did that, and a couple other things leading up into 2014.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So maybe we'll talk about that in part 3 then, next episode. Cool.
Okay.
Nice. Right then, Danny. Back to you in the studio.
Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and move on to a little bit of feedback. Now, if you guys have any feedback or comments or questions about the show or anything, 10-year anniversary, anything like that, feel free to hit us up. You can hit us up via email if you want at thefamicast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at thefamicast. Hit us up in the YouTube comments. Hit us up in comments on our website, whatever you want to do, and we will try to read some of your stuff out on the show.
Don't forget our Discord, now open to the public.
There it is. See? I need you guys. I forget so much shit. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you might get a preview of my UFO catcher trash on there.
Yeah, for real. You guys should definitely join us on the Discord. I'm going to cover some stuff, some YouTube comments and stuff. We had a lot of stuff here recently. James is going to cover some stuff from Twitter. But before that, do we want to answer some of those questions?
We got some questions from last episode, didn't we? We ran out of time. We're kind of running out of time for this episode as well. Holy shit. Sure. No, we got loads of questions from friend of the show, patron of the show, Russ Greeno. So kind of kicking it back old style. You remember Life in Japan questions, those kind of things. Life in Japan is now a separate podcast, which you have to pay for. But yeah, please understand. So yeah, I got some questions from Russ here. So a lot of them are classic Russ questions.
Was this the big list that we got from last episode, but we didn't get around to? Oh boy.
Yep. Here's a good question. Ty, if the Famicast had a mascot, what character / animal / person would it be?
Oh my goodness.
We had some chat in the Discord about something similar to this. People suggested Famicat because Ty with like cat drugs and stuff, and like the Meneki the lucky cat, which is very Japanese, right?
I like it. Yeah, if we can't get an anime girl with huge boobs, that's the fallback.
We could do both, right? Just have a sticker of the Famicat on her, boobs,
Right.
Best of both worlds, right?
Or a sticker of the anime girl on the cap.
Right.
Or the weeb cat. Let's
for
go.
The kids. Yeah, do that one for the kids. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. If you knew in advance that you're going to be famous YouTuber celebrities, what would you have done differently? Not grow a beard / grow a beard.
I wish I could grow facial hair. Oh, man.
Ty's really thinking about this one.
Yeah.
I would have bought more 64DD related things so I can sell it now.
I don't know. Pledged my unwavering faith to Marxism, Leninism.
Perfect.
Oh, here's a good one. How did your parents react to you moving to Japan for video games and girls instead of actually becoming something useful like a doctor? Have they forgiven you yet?
I come from a working class family. They were just glad I've finished college.
My parents, when growing up, they always told me, like, Danny, you're going to college. Like, I didn't really have any say in it. So I grew up always thinking that. So I went to college. I studied history. Good luck getting a job with that degree. If any of you guys out there have that degree and have a job, congratulations. Wasn't easy for me. So that's what led me over to here. But yeah, my parents are actually, honestly speaking, like, they're really cool with it. They're pretty supportive, and they never had any issues with me, being away. I mean, I have two brothers too, so like, they can get their fill of the kids, I guess. But yeah.
If you could give your pre-podcasting self one piece of important advice, what would it be?
Buy Bitcoin.
Right.
Yeah. James Allen, not worn those clothes. That one video. Yeah.
No, I mean, if you are thinking about getting into podcasting, practice with your friends, people that you trust, people that you enjoy spending time with, and you'll feel comfortable and you'll feel comfortable listening to the sound of your own voice.
A podcaster I like recently explained that the primary skill in podcasting is hanging out. Yeah. And that is, in fact, a skill. And if you're good at hanging out, you can be a good podcaster.
Or podcaster, yeah.
That too.
Nice.
Podcaster. We're going to get them gators.
Okay, do we have time for any more? We've got... Oh, okay, let's do the last one then. If you could bring one person back from the Nintendo grave, who would it be? Yamauchi? Iwata? Reggie?
I would bring back Mr. Virtual Boy, Yokoi Gonpei.
Oh, good one, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, he actually made something of value.
I would actually call it Mr. Game Boy, because that's actually...
We've never heard of it.
Yes. I mean, Iwata. Excuse me, Iwata.
Yeah. Iwata.
Yeah, he wasn't just a figurehead or anything. Like,
right.
The guy, he was passionate about programming and stuff like that. So
yeah, and he was also the guy that caused GoldenEye to not be re-released on Xbox. So
Iwata?
Yeah,
that
was him.
He'd never do that. Well, okay. Aside from that, he did a pretty bang up job.
Yeah, like programming Pokemon Gold, Silver. Sure, okay. Good job.
Have there been any other like major CEO type people who are actually programmers and actually know about making video games? All just
from Nintendo?
No. In any company, are they all just fucking business stooges who went to business school and?
Not the guys at EA. None of those guys that I see on the stage at the E3 shows, especially recently. It's like, man, those guys know their stuff.
Oh, maybe the Steam guy. What's it? Gabe New.
Yeah, Gabe N. Yeah, he definitely has the gaming pedigree.
Right. Can't think of any other ones though.
What about
Apart from
what's his name? Bethesda guy.
Todd.
That guy seems like a real nerd. That became cool.
Fuck him.
Okay.
What about Larry Herb, Major Nelson? He knows how to make video games.
Yes.
If video games is tweeting 24 hours a day. Hey yo. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for the questions, Russ. We'll have to move on because we've got some comments.
I'll go ahead and take a comment from
that would just a note. That would be a really interesting thing to look up. Just find like the CEOs and owners of every game company and find out their background. Is it business or programming?
Probably business.
The results may amuse you.
Rakia has a comment. He says, hey, the founders of Koei that run Koei Tecmo are nerds that made games. That makes sense. I can kind of see that with those guys. Like, you don't see them on.
They also like boobs.
That too. I wanted to say we always get nice comments from Cherry Goblin, and we got one on the last episode of the show. Nice. He says, hey guys, great show. The Famicast theme song of the Super Mario Bros. 2 character select screen really takes me back. Have any of you guys played Codename Steam on 3DS? In Japan, it's called Lincoln Bosses Adion,
right.
Which is a far better name. Like it does say Steamroll Dig, Codename Steam, but then it does say that like underneath. I only played the demo. I never actually bought the game.
Same. Yeah. I thought the demo was okay, but I didn't think, oh man, I really need to lay down the bones for this one. Fine.
Right.
Yeah. That was one where they speeded up the game if you had a new 3DS. Talking about like improvements, like the Switch Pro earlier. Games that can like run faster and have better modes.
Right.
Taking advantage of the power. But that was like one of like 3 games that did that.
Yeah. Anything on Twitter, James, that seemed interesting? Maybe something quick. 50 baseball tweets, 50 baseball comments, but I'm not going to read
50 baseball comments. Okay. Tweets. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at the Russ's questions. James Allen tweeted a picture of a, what was it? How it started? How is it going? I like how it's going. I like those memes. So how it started, Danny's picture of Densha de Go 64, and then how it's going now is a guy with an actual train in his back garden. And that's where
goes to both the front and back.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah. James Allen also pointed out about the plug that RFN had in episode 713 of our RFN. If you want to listen to that, thanks again to those guys for that nice little mini segment about our 10-year anniversary. Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Lots of pictures of boxes of anime trash.
Yeah. Wonder who put that up
there. Who's this? Nerd, established 1975. Great name. He's looking forward to the Super Mario 3D World Tetris 99 event. That was a couple of weeks ago actually now. Yeah. Danny, did you do that one?
I did. I got the thing.
You got the wallpaper?
Theme, yes. There it is.
The theme, yeah. Cool. Yeah, people seem to be excited for that. What else is it? Oh, yes. Oh, Metal Mike, he's remembering our first episode ever. I tweeted that a couple of weeks ago. People wanted to listen to episode 1 again. Danny, I know you listened to episode 1 kind of recently.
Yeah, I did.
Good times.
Couple things on YouTube.
Oh. one of the 2 episodes I actually edited.
Right.
Back in the day, before Danny knew about editing.
Shit. Maybe would have told myself don't do it. Just kidding.
It's easy, Danny. Just use GarageBand.
Yeah.
Look back.
Yeah. A couple comments on YouTube I want to go over. On a Densha de Go preview that I made, Rosis Eisenbahn said, fuck it. I'll buy it myself, no matter how. So good luck.
Good luck.
A couple other things. Chris Olvak on a RBI 21 review. Hey, good review. Thanks. And happy 10 years, guys.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Another thing. I made a top 10, top Japan only Wii U title video last year. And so this guy says, when Japan gives something to America, it becomes popular. But when America gives something to Japan, it bombs. In the video, he's talking about a Skylanders game that came out on the Wii U, which absolutely sold like trash here. And, you know, I was thinking there are no, I mean, think about Xbox and how well they've
done in Japan.
Yeah. Sad face was supposed to be me saying that without saying that.
Okay.
Well, there are some American things that are tremendously popular in Japan.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
I was going to say Disney, Tom and Jerry randomly. There's a new Tom and Jerry mobile game.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of Tom and Jerry merchandise and UFO catchers. It's ridiculous.
Well, there's the live action movie that's out and stuff like that.
Wow. Yeah.
I think Japan is pretty much owns Disney now. I think that's how the Japanese people see it anyway. They don't even see it as an American company anymore.
Right.
Yeah, so that's about it. We got a lot of other nice comments on the RBI 21 review and a couple other videos and stuff like that. Thanks, guys, for that. Yeah, I just wish we had more time. We're running a little bit late today, so yeah, I think we should call it there on the feedback, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Another 2.5 hour.
By the way, I found where my missing UFO catcher prize is. It hasn't shipped yet. Like it just randomly wasn't in with these.
Okay. Well,
I'm kind of sad because it's like the cringiest thing. So you're gonna have to wait until the next episode probably to see what that is.
Can't wait.
Like and subscribe.
Hell yeah.
Well, that is actually going to bring Famicast 194 to a close. Thank you guys for listening live and stuff like that. If you're listening to the audio show, go have a good day. No, thank you guys for the support. We appreciate that. If you want to follow us on social media individually, you can. You can follow me, Danny, at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. No Z's, no S's. James.
At FamiComplicated. If you want to follow Minoru, he's at NWR_Minoru, I think. He still uses NWR.
That rules.
Does he tweet?
No.
Okay.
Well, only to send me DMs. That's about it.
Okay.
Ty. Might do from time to time.
Ty.
Oh, yeah. I'm Super Cat Drugs. Christ. Yeah. I'm sure I've tweeted some great dribble. I think I'm gonna post up some random cool video game junk I've accumulated over the years, just to try to farm some clout off of Twitter. Christ, I am extremely online. So follow my Twitter if you want to be irony poisoned to death.
There it is. All right.
Oh, by the way. A few days ago was my Japan anniversary. I've been living in Japan for 9 straight years.
Nice.
As of like March 20th.
Nice. I've been here for a while too. Straight.
I had my 17th anniversary on March. It's really nice actually. The Irish community always celebrate my arrival in Japan. I love it.
Yeah, same.
I don't know why they do it. But
cool. All right. Well, like I said, that's going to do it for the episode. Again, thank you guys out there for listening and supporting us over the years. We wouldn't have been able to get here without you. 10 years. It's kind of hard to believe. Of course, James, Ty, thank you guys so much for joining me, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace, brother.